Hello, I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. Today, I was going to debate Chuck Burden, and then this morning he said that he couldn't. He had more research to do, which is fine. He did let me know this morning. So then I found somebody else about an hour and a half ago who said he was ready to go. Don Hills. And then half an hour ago he said, nah. And he hasn't responded since, basically. So we got another flat earther that pulled a Joey Rocha, as they say, that is not showing up. So I do have, even better than a cowardly flat earther, I've got Mr. Punchy with us today. How you doing, Punchy? Oh, hold on a second. Something's wrong with the audio, which is all too common with me. The difference is I figured it out myself this time, which doesn't usually happen. So, all right, let me see. Settings. There it is. That's why. Speakers and microphone. For some reason, it likes to change it. All right, there we go. We got some Punchy. How's it going?
Wait, you can hear me now? Okay. Now I was going to say, yeah, I'm freezing. Actually, I'm kind of warm right now because I'm wearing 2 shirts and 2 sweaters. But I was freezing. How's everyone else doing?
Yeah, because the sun is in its outer circle, apparently. So,
well,
the funny thing is, you are closer to the sun on the flat Earth model than I am right now. So you should have more warmth than me. But but you don't. Something's weird about that, flat earthers. Figure that one out, huh?
Yeah. Well, and keep in mind, too, like right now, the moon's out a little bit.
Oh, so yeah, that'll make it colder.
Freezing everything.
I love that one. So, like, they don't even think about it. Like, if the moon cooled things down, that meant that it would have to be sending out light that is at negative Kelvin. Kind of violates the first law of thermodynamics, but they wouldn't know about that because their flat Earth masters didn't say anything about that.
Oh, of course not.
So, hey, I see JMac is in the chat. How you doing, Jason? Apparently it is concave week again. It's concave.
Every week is concave week, it kind of loses,
it's not so special.
Meaning. It's not as special. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna one more check here on somebody that may want to join, but let's see, what was her name? I don't even know where it was. There's a lot of YouTube posts that I did here, and I kind of got lost. Why don't you entertain us for a little bit there, Punchy?
Putting on the spot, eh? I don't know. How's everyone doing? Just answer in the chat. I don't know. And you gotta
keep up the chatter a little bit there.
Yes, and how's the weather for everyone else there? I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this.
It's a lot of pressure.
I wasn't prepared.
Juggle
some balls. Do I have any balls? I wonder.
I do have this that I will be doing later, I suppose. There we go. That's it. Patricia White.
Never heard that name before.
No.
Sex dance. Well, I can't do that, but I'll go find some packets to juggle, because why the heck not?
We gotta have some. We need the right. What starts the sex dance?
Well, someone has to give you a super chat in sex.
So, all right, sex dance is on the table.
There you go. If anyone wants to do that. I'll find something. I'll be right back.
Well, while he's out, I sent a message there. So I've got F in Exams, this good old book here, and Punchy, you're not on the screen, just so you know. All right. That one's too wordy. Oh, this is great. This is so timely. So perfect. Let's see, focus. What is Sir Isaac Newton? Oh, come on. Famous for?
I can kind of see it.
He invented gravity. There we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Well, that book said it.
That's
true.
I was bluffing. There's 20 secs. So I guess Punchy, we're up.
Hey, there you go. I don't know.
Oh, hold on. I'll put you. Now. What? No, you just do like FTFE, or you want to do like Team Skeptic and.
I don't know.
No, Team Skeptic's doing this thing. All right. Well, thank you, Carl.
the best I got, you guys. I'm really white, so.
Well, so.
I tried.
So is Team. I saw him in person.
Yeah. Well, wait, you saw me in person too. Who's whiter?
I did. Oh, that's tough. I mean, when either of you turn sideways, I lose track of you.
That's true. Plus, you did see me in summer, and it's funny because I always forget how white I actually am because I work outside, right? And the only parts of my body that tan are my forearms and my calves. Everything else burns, so I don't ever have it out in the sun. So you only ever see my forearms, which look at a slightly healthy color. Then you see me now, and it's just pasty white, and you're like, wait, I need to call an ambulance for that kid because something is not right.
Mozzer Alice Mist says worst rapper and the worst dancer in one show.
Hey, I'm also the worst singer.
You're the worst singer. Very nice. Well, Kiri Mac for £4.99 says, "Yay, that deserves another super chat." Lol. And then thank you very much.
Everyone, give MC Tune your money.
Yes, thank you.
All of it.
Oh my goodness. Oh, more dancing. We're on the hook for more dancing. I'm gonna have to send you something.
Oh,
so, all right, ready? You get your you're gonna stir the cauldron. You want to do that one?
What are you sending me?
No, the Glober Chris sent more sex.
So much sex. Good lord. Well, I guess it keeps me warm in this cold
I have a feeling it's not a problem for him. All right, here we go.
Boy, Dan. Okay, I don't know. What do you want me to do?
That's all.
Yeah. Do it. Come on.
Oh.
Come on, someone give me some music. You know what it's on.
Oh yeah, then we'll get demonetized and blocked and whatever. No. So somebody says, let's see, who's FTFE is the worst singer. Ooh,
I don't know.
Yeah, that was rough. That was rough. Sorry, bud.
I did.
That was bad. I've heard.
I just want to be the worst in the world at something. Is that so much to ask?
Yeah, it's tough to be the best. At anything, but yeah. So my band. I don't know if people know this. I have a band. I'm in a band. None of us are good. Not at all. And a lot of bands, they like to have somebody, they want to be the best at something or the most something, and we couldn't be any of that. So what we did is we were going to be consistent. We decided we're going to be consistent, but we can't be consistently good or consistently mediocre. We can only be consistently poor. So that's the name of our band, Consistently Poor. I do have, we did 2 albums. One is a cover. The second's a cover album. It was terrible. So bad that on our most consistent of compilation, that cover song did not make it. The second album has one cover song and the rest are not, and it's called Cover Your Ears. So I tell you what, I've been wanting to get it digitized. I have it on a CD. And get it somewhere. So I'm going to try to get it up on Spotify, and I'm sure they'll hate it. It's of course panned just to the one side, so it sounds like a Jam Truth video where have you noticed that his voice is only on one side?
I've never actually used like headphones or anything. I've just never.
So if I listen while I'm in one ear, which I do sometimes. And then I just hear the background music. I'm like, and I see him like if I'm mowing the lawn or if I'm driving or just doing whatever. Like, I'm like, what's going on? This video's going, he's talking, and then I'll flip the ears. I'm like, oh my gosh, he has it panned to one side. Why is that? So
he has it where he'll speak on, it'll come out one speaker, then later on it'll come out the other speaker.
I don't know why, if that's on purpose or if it's artistic or he's just, I don't know how you accidentally do that. So
I was going to say, because you kind of have to go, like, I mean, I don't know a lot about editing, but it seems like to do something like that, you'd have to kind of go out of your way to do that, right? Yeah.
I think you do. So it's his artistic stuff. So,
yes.
All right. I gotta get another one of these in here. And this is good. Is the moon or the sun more important? Right. And no picture on this one. It's just the description. So, this person says, the moon gives us light all right when we re-edit, when we need it. The sun provides light in the day when we don't. Therefore, the moon is more important. Oh,
that's pretty good.
That's a future flat earther right there. That's awesome.
Okay, that's just mean. Don't say things like that.
So let's see. Brainless Steel NL says MJ got a mono mic and doesn't know how to get it on 2 tracks. Yeah, I don't know. Like when he was on with Team Skeptic and FTFE last week, like he's way back in the room, right? And the sound was terrible. Like for production, training, I'd hope for a little better. But I guess not. So I'll let's see here. I'll see if I got. No. All right. Jason McCormick, just in case you're wanting, got a spot for you. So.
There you go. I've never discussed concave Earth before.
Yeah. Oh, Multi Tom. You know what, Multi? You're just in time. You know what we're going to do, Multi? We're going to look at videos. And there's one that's your video. It's fantastically silly. So, let's see. I got to make sure I get that queued up here. There it is. Get the browser going.
Oh, it's going to be good.
It is as silly as it gets, man. Like, oh, Multi, I gotta say, this is top notch. Multi, top notch. So,
and that's really saying something.
Yeah,
so, you know.
I've seen a lot. Let's see. Punchy, you will not hear it. But let me see if I can get subtitles on here.
Okay.
There we go.
I can always watch it. I can always hear it on the YouTube video, but then it's delayed.
Yeah, it doesn't matter a whole lot. It's pretty good. It's pretty. Are you ready, Multi? He said one thing. He said, "Hit the super chat, guys." Which thank you.
There you
thank
go.
You.
Yep.
Yeah, like he refuses to debate because my channel is monetized. Although he did agree to a debate when my channel was monetized. So. And too bad Green Bullion's not here. I got my not mason jar.
Yes. Well, and if he does come, you know, like mods, just don't be rude, okay? Make sure everyone gets a turn at timing Green Bullion out. It's just common courtesy.
So, Multi-Tom-Tom, you swine eaters wouldn't understand lol.
Well, I do like pig, that's true. It's delicious.
It is.
So, I'm not... How's that an insult? Bacon is delicious.
Bacon is delicious. I had some bacon today.
Me too.
So, all right. Now, John Rapp. Really, you gonna guilt me? Okay. This is not to Dancer saying just brainy me. Brainy him? What's that mean?
Something from Brady Beaver? I don't know. What's he known for?
He talks in French, but right, because he's Canadian, so I guess that's on you. Because I'm not
true.
Canadian,
okay, fine.
so
Fine. Let's see. Bonjour.
Oh, the Mandalorian is from Virginia, and every time he sees me drink with that mason jar, he thinks of moonshine. Oh, look at that. We got Samuel Paramore he's on Instagram. He contacted me by email. And how you doing, Samuel? I got a little something for you here. There you go. So yeah, I have a Instagram, but I don't do much on it. Because I can't do it a whole lot from the computer. So all right, Matthew Matthews. Bonjour, snails, frog legs, and baguettes. There you go. I gotta say,
the baguettes.
They do make some pretty good croissant. How do I do? Did I say that well?
You know what's really frustrating with Quebec in Canada? Because they want everything to be French. So if you're near Quebec, like say in Ottawa, it's English and then French underneath it, which is fine. But the second you go into Quebec, it's just French. I got lost in Quebec once because I couldn't understand the signs.
Oh, quit asking me to change my name, Team Skeptic. That's what I think too about the mason jar, and I may or may not have a mason jar of moonshine in my freezer right now. Oh, that's awesome. So, all right, let's get to this multi-tom-tom. Are you still with us, man? This is going to be good. So, let's see.
And you have subtitles on it, so I can...
Yeah, so you can see it. Let's see. Oh, but you can't even... I got to share it. Hold on.
Yes.
I got to do this.
So much work.
And then it's showing that to everybody. I need to pin you back there. There we go. All right, so there you see it. All right.
Oh, yeah.
The real sun.
The real sun. Okay. Okay. Like none of the stepson stuff. This is the real deal.
This is a real sun. Let's see. All right, it's not even going out to the live stream. So hold on. Let me change that. I know what to do. That's not it. Settings there. Oh, look at this. We made some ornaments. And this is the one I made. I'll show you this here.
Sure.
Oh, I got to make it bigger. Hold on. There it is. There's the ornament I made. I thought I'd show everybody.
Yeah. Where am I looking at?
Can you see that, Punchy, too?
Oh, yeah, it's a little zebra reindeer.
It's a rain zebra. What do you think? It's even got, like, purple antlers. I made a couple others. I made one. I made a snowman, but then, unfortunately, there was a yellow spot on the snowman that I put on. Might have been on accident, but my wife and one of my kids did not find it as funny, and I came back and the yellow was gone. John Rapp for 5 Australian says, sorry, my reception is a bit dicky, and I rushed it. Just listening in for the smart talk. Too much flurf speak hurts. So, all right. Oh, my goodness. I got off track. Here we go.
Hello, John Rapp. I'm in here, so I have no idea what kind of smart talk you're expecting. Unless you mean sass. I'm good at sass.
You're good at sass?
Yeah, smart talk, you know.
All right. So, let's see if we can...
Is a time-lapse
there we go, it's working.
Footage from Casey Station in Antarctica, care of Her Majesty's Australian government. This footage blows the heliocentric model out of the water. It shows the real sun going across the sky. By real, I mean the sun from the unlit side, which shows its true size and form.
So, all right. This is... oh, my goodness, I didn't... all right. You heard what he said. I switched it, sorry. So, multi-tom-tom is going to show us the real size and shape and form because of the sun, because this is from the unlit side of the sun. This is... you ready? This is going to be...
I don't think I'm ever ready, but we'll see.
This is...
What we observe is the lit side of the sun, the bright side. For all intents and purposes, the sun is a light bulb it is electromagnetically charged. That's why it lights up every day.
Oh, good.
This footage
Oh, great
also proves that the sun is the same size as the moon, and that it is very close. So, as a bonus,
Buckle up,
Okay,
people.
this
Oh, there's a
also
bonus, too.
debunks the space fantasy, as the sun is not at a ridiculous 93 million miles away. That fantasy fiction only belongs in Star Trek and Star Wars.
Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, there's a
Right.
bunch of space stuff it belongs
Come
in. Come
on. What else? We got Guardians of the Galaxy, right? You're like, you're leaving off some of the good stuff. What about Doctor Who?
Or Futurama.
Oh, The Expanse, Firefly, very nice, Cosmo. I love Firefly. You watch Firefly?
Mhm.
Punchy?
I've never actually seen it. No,
Oh.
I've heard
Interstellar, right? Multi Tom Tom. You need to get up to speed. Buck Rogers, all right. Beats and Bears, all right. Let's see. News Now Ohio. I'll come on MC Tune, up and coming flat Earth debunker. Yeah, hey, News Now Ohio. If you are you on Discord, send me a message on Discord, or you can email mctune@mctune.net. All right, let's hear that. This is good stuff coming, Multi. I'm excited.
Okay.
The spinning ball of fantasy blue marble testicle debunked.
Why do you love testicles so much, Multi? My goodness.
You think it somehow like discredits the model by comparing it to that?
Yep, here we go. Oh my
As you
goodness!
can see,
That's
black
definitely
spot
it. Like,
in the sky. That
so not
is
only
the
is it
real
dark,
sun.
but it's so dark that it can't even
The
be
real
lit up
shape
by
and
anything
form
around it.
of the sun, that black object. And the other side of it is the lit side, the bright side that we all see.
Look what you've done, Tom. You've broken me, dude.
Dude! Oh my gosh. Alright, J-Mac, you gotta appreciate this too, right? Because look at that. He's like, that's the back side of the sun. It's the sun's butt. No. and so I'm like, all right, that looks like it's the same size as the sun. I wonder if it's just overblown pixels. And yeah, it's overblown pixels. Even the plain truth, Travis, the plain truth. Here's a comment from someone: no solar filter. That's what it looks like when you're damaging your camera's sensors. Thank you very much, Travis. I appreciate it. You're a flat earther, but you'll follow some of the evidence. I appreciate that. So anyway, Bill Smith. If you guys know Bill Smith, he's awesome. That's an oversaturated sensor. It's a common problem with certain cameras. They do a software change to turn the black into white, so it doesn't have right. So here's what happens. Some people found some particular the particular model of cameras that have that issue. It's older ones. So in here, GovShill, another clown who doesn't understand cameras, and Multi Tom Tom says, "Lol, dickhead." Come on,
Tom.
Aw. Eat some pork, man.
Yeah, rather than explaining how cameras work, you just went and did that. But no, I remember there was a video that I saw. I forget the channel it was on, and it was a similar thing showing the little black dots from the camera sensor being overloaded and all that. I forget if it was the sun or something that was either maybe to do with the sun, something bright. And I remember, yeah, it was a similar argument, but it may have been a different thing they were arguing, just a similar thing that they were seeing in the camera.
Yep. So, all right, Multi Tom Tom. That's awesome. It is. Well, let me get it back on the screen here. It is the overblown sensor. And somebody was kind enough to link you a tutorial from somebody else saying how to actually deal with that in Final Cut Pro, which is what I use for video editing. To have it like, because it overblows the sensor turns it off, and put it on. Have this the like to fix it by turning it white and then have it track with the sun, so you don't have to hand tune every single frame. So
Yeah, now can Multi-Tom-Tom tell us this? Why would focusing your camera at the sun overload the sensor?
wow, why is that? Don't know.
Yeah. It's not going to look at the sun, someone's have to
he's
squint.
he's deflecting. He said Epstein, lol. You know, whether or not that was a legit thing, don't run away from this, Multi. Do you really still think that that's the backside of the sun? Is that the sun's bum?
So are you saying that the sun is mooning us right now?
Yeah, that's how does the sun moon us? That's backwards, man. That's craziness.
Wait a second, the sun wears pants? I'm learning so much.
Pants. All right. So, John Rapp 2 Australian smart ASS will do. Only allows Dicky but not AAS. Oh, does like the you can't say smart ass on there?
Oh.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's funny how that works.
Yeah. Multi Tom, where's the Nobel Prize? Tell you what, Multi, write it up. Use a good camera. Go ahead.
Maybe a solar filter. Just tossing ideas out there.
Yeah, how are the simple stuff like how are the surroundings from Justin Franks? How are the surroundings lit by sunlight if that's the sun's bum?
I just like the sun's bum. I just imagine like a cartoon, like, you know, bum on the back of the sun, like something you see up like a children's cartoon, like SpongeBob SquarePants or something.
Oh, and he's like, Aether was proven by George Airy. Sorry, it actually was a disproven by George Airy, but and also disproven by Michelson Morley, and further disproven by Michelson Gale, which is fantastic. Oh, Robert Legier 3, you are a genius. The Nobel Prize.
I like that. That's good.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah,
so somebody asked, what?
Who
was it? Mandevil said, "What happened to debate? No show." Yeah, the guy from this morning, Chuck Burden. He contacted me this morning. Said he had more research to do. Fine, I understand that. Here's what I did with him. I sent him all my notes.
Oh, and by the way, before you go, I just want to give the credits. That was actually No Name that had Nobel Prize. Just so everyone knows.
Not me, No Name. Okay, sorry.
Yes,
Robert repeated it. Okay. So all right, so I sent all my notes. It was I forgot his name. There was somebody in the chat or the comments from last what gets up here? You don't like my hoodie, bro?
Who doesn't like your hoodie?
Witzit gets. Oh man, I can't. That looks a little German for me. Get SLT Bear doesn't like my hoodie. So I got it last year for New Year's because of Res Rhetoric's like wear it. It's a Flat Earther Butthurt Day. Anyway, so what was I saying? I gotta pop the stack. I forgot.
There's something to do with something.
With Chuck Burden. So somebody in the comments from last week's, from when I debated Austin Whitsitt, and Austin kept saying like, I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. So this guy said, why don't you just send everything that you're going to present to the Flat Earther you're going to debate? I said, oh, well, let's I'll do that. So I sent him everything. I have a page on my web server that is unlisted, and I sent him that. Nobody's seen it but me and a couple other people that helped me like just spell check and stuff. So when we debate, I will make that live and he can see it, so, or everybody can see it. So that's what. So he couldn't do it. So then about an hour and a half ago, I found another guy, Don Hills, who was all excited, really excited to do it. And then about half an hour before, he's like, nope. I got the kids will follow me around and make noise. What? You accepted, and now you're not. So, all right.
Yeah, didn't do it for home. Just reading the side chat. I'll be right back. I just want to fit in here. One sec.
I don't know what he's doing. So, all right. He's digging around. Oh, yes. We'll do a reveal. So, let's see. TomTom, I'm 100% sure MC Toon has shown many times on his channel how the Earth cannot be flat. It's just not a possible shape of our planet. That's right, Brian. And multi, I'm sure has seen a few of them and just denies them. So, ooh, all right. Sit up tall there. They can't see you yet.
Okay, I'm back.
They can't see you yet, so sit up nice and tall.
Okay.
All right, here we go. No, little hair. There you go. There it is. 2 NASA shirts. There we go.
Look at that.
Oh, feels good. Feels good. So,
yeah, it really does.
All right, now I got to pop the stack again. What were we talking about?
Okay, you were talking about how you wound up not having anyone to debate tonight.
Yes. Well, yeah. So then Don Hills, he was all ready, and then he's too busy. So whatever. Dangerous Skeptic sounds dangerous. Check out Chris UK newest video where he states that the weight of things should change with the rotation around the sun. A big misunderstanding of rotation velocity and acceleration. Oh, that's precious. It's Austin Whitsitt in the chat. Who is? Oh, that's right. His name isn't Austin Whitsitt on. Oh, that's it. That's Whitsitt gets its bear. That's it. That's Austin Whitsitt. All right, thank you. Got it straight now.
Okay.
So Multi TomTom says, "Go watch my videos at Fantarang." Well, we did. Did we watch one now? It was great. I'll bring it up again. You think that the overblown camera sensor is the moon's butt?
But hold on. How does this also prove that it's close? And how does it tell us its size?
It's that big. You can see.
Oh yeah, so it's the size of my thumb when it's that far.
It's actually half your pinky. So all right, let's see. Hold on. Somebody says, why doesn't Multi TomTom come in a debate? He's frightened because he once agreed to debate and then ran off. He pulled a Joey Rocha. And then Brian Leak says, I'll debate you. Brian, are you a flat earther or a normal?
Normal.
Oh, K-Dude's getting a NASA shirt, jacket, and hoodie on Friday. Very good.
Nice.
Here's
I actually do have a NASA. Sorry?
Here's a little something for Green Bullion if you watch later. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I do actually have a NASA sweater as well, but the NASA logo's in the back. But when I got it on Amazon, it was in the front, so I was really disappointed. Oh, nice. Yeah, where's Green Bullion? You know what? I like when he comes on here.
Yeah,
he writes things, and then I time him out. You know, it's our thing.
So, all right. NASA's owned by Disney. Citation required their Multi TomTom. It's last I checked, NASA was a government, a civilian government entity, and Disney's a company.
Well, maybe when Disney bought Star Wars, he thought that Star Wars was NASA.
Oh yeah, that could be. All right. So, all right, I'll finish seeing what he has to say here.
So, Heliocentrism debunked.
That's it, huh? So yeah, I subscribe to this channel actually that he's pulling from, which he didn't cite in his link there. So is that the end of it there?
Looks like it. Seemed to be nearing the end there when you had the
All right.
when you had your cursor over it.
So you know what I will do? I will do something that you did not do. I will put your link right there, Multi TomTom. Multi-Tom video.
Thank you very much, Australian Government, Department of the Environment and Energy, Australian Antarctic Division. Thank you very much indeed.
Oh, you're cute, Multi. All right.
Oh yeah, one last thing.
Oh.
Go and subscribe to Antarctic streams for this great footage.
But like, what I don't understand is
24/7.
how on earth is that considered evidence of anything?
Yeah, it's.
How could anyone with half a brain look at that and go, "Yeah, I got something from that"? Like, really?
Oh, let's see. Yeah, it's. I love that kind of silliness. It is a lot of fun. All right, let's see. Get this up here. So it jumps a little bit. I discovered on the Mac, the newer operating system versions have a little bit of problem with capturing the screen. So I'm gonna need to move back to an older version of the OS actually. So all right, let's see. Now, oh yeah, who's gonna join us here? Kiri Mac. The green room.
I have no idea.
So Glober Chris said, your comment after my super chat tonight, what was that about? Let's see here. Oh yeah. So sorry, Glober Chris. It's a all right. It's a Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic thing they do about the currency. They do a dance when that currency comes through. So all right, sorry about that. Kiri Mac and
called the sex
Glober
dance.
Chris. Yeah. So all right. At least 120 views now. I've seen it. So Travis Debate Brother, MC Toon Brother. I don't know what you're talking about. So, so I've got flat. Have you seen Flat Earth Banjo?
I think I've seen this video. I saw you had it up earlier, but he had the two planes going over the flat Earth or whatever.
So somebody posted this on Facebook and said, "You can't debunk this."
Oh, that's what they all say, though.
It was good. So,
okay, what can't we debunk? I must know.
All right, I got subtitles on. So this is. I'm going to speed it up a little. Playback speed. We'll go one. There we go. And there it comes.
As you guys are going to see now, I'm adding real water here. This is not just a module that is painted like the globe module is. We can add real water and demonstrate as a fact how things work on the flat Earth. But how cool is this thing? You can actually throw some boats here. Alright, and there's one right here, the coast of Brazil. And they will circumnavigate. And you have the same time here. Circumnavigation
they're all
over
like children.
air.
They're playing with toys in water.
You have circumnavigation over water. And it's an amazing tool to demonstrate to people how the Earth really is. The shape of the Earth, the flat, the oceans. And I'm going to break down in detail everything right now.
Demonstration of anything.
Oh, I love his ingenuity. And it's, but yeah. So Mark Beisler. So I'm wondering why MC Toon was using a potato cam, then realized it was in 144p for some reason. All right. So it was Mark had it on low quality. So all right, so it's I don't understand.
Let's first start with circumnavigation.
Okay, here's how you circumnavigate.
Flat Earth. Let's start with
Magellan. I'm looking forward to this.
Portuguese captain. His real name is Fernando de Magalhães, from Portugal, sailing for the King of Spain. So he left Europe, and he sailed. He sailed around South America. So the boat, let's make it going around here.
He's got a string on there. He's pulling it around.
It sailed all the way.
I know. I have a crack on my lip. Whenever I laugh, it opens the crack and it hurts. So.
And that's when he died. Then he went through these islands here. And then he sailed around Africa, Cape of Good Hope, and went back to Europe.
And it's funny for me because I can't hear any audio. So I just need like some.
Oh my goodness! So, I love. I mean, it's fun. I like that he actually put this model together as if it's real. And he apparently carved it himself out of wood. He wasn't able to figure any other way to do it. So that's cool.
Well, the thing is, it does look nice. If it wasn't for the fact that that's now associated with the flat Earth, I'd love to have something like that in my house. But now I can't. They've ruined that for me.
Yeah. So, of course, he that is approximately what route he took. But he took a little more turns and stuff, and over the course of 3 times he went. So,
and I think he crashed into a couple less things.
Yeah, and what's her name? A Maryland spirit level thought that Captain Cook was drunk because he turned around and took different turns and stuff. So.
Oh, and she's something else. She's good word.
Yep. But yeah, she didn't like when Schrodinger's cat posted the actual route and like the notes from the journal. So yeah.
See, I missed that part. So I remember when the debate was on, but I wasn't in the country at the time, so I had it playing, but I was kind of in and out of it. But yeah, I was getting some good facepalm moments and some good laughs too, and some good cries. It was an emotional roller coaster, to be honest.
So all right, so of course so that's he just did a boat floating around. Of course, I don't know how that's evidence or that's undebunkable. It's not actually something that needs a debunk. It's cute.
Yeah, it's literally a toy.
Yeah. So can you use it to measure distances? No, you can't. So, but he's got.
When he did the map, did he actually measure the size of each place to be the exact same size as the AE map, or did he kind of eyeball it? Now, like you said, it does look pretty good in terms of how the AE map or projection looks, but
I think
is it extremely accurate?
I think it looks like he just took a printout of the Gleason's map and cut it and then glued it on.
Yeah.
So.
But there's still it's only about a third of the way through right now. I wonder.
So all right, so he does other ones now.
Explain on the flat Earth.
Mm.
That's the boat. Captain Cook left England, and same thing. He sailed around South America, and then from here he stopped in Tahiti, which is right here in the middle of the Pacific. Then he reached New Zealand. From New Zealand he went to Sydney. He also went through these islands right here, but we can actually go around Australia. From Australia, he sailed to around South Africa. From South Africa, back to England. This is how he sailed around the world. This is how we sail around the Earth.
Whoa! The boat just flew away.
Now let's take a look at this right here.
Somebody turned off gravity.
A magic boat.
Let's see both airplanes flying around the flat Earth. One airplane is flying along the top of Capricorn, and the one is flying along the top of Cancer.
That's traveling
circumnavigate flat Earth.
That's how circumnavigate flat Earth.
We have just seen
So apparently,
boats. Now we look.
I don't want to make fun of his accent or anything, but some of these subtitles are difficult for me to read because it's just changing the words so much.
I don't know if he's Japanese or Portuguese or Brazilian or both or something. I don't know. So the size of the airplane is silly, but like that's not the route that they take, right? And you can't use the AE map or any of the variants like the Gleason map to plot a flight route because they don't. That's not the way they go, right? The Sydney to Santiago, Chile, would go right over, most of the United States.
Well, yeah,
so, but in reality, it doesn't.
Oh, and the thing is, if it did, people would have noticed by now.
Yeah. The extra 12 hours in the flight as well.
Yeah, and just all these different landmarks that according to the real or the globe, you wouldn't see. I mean, if I was on a plane, unless I was flying from, I wish I had an actual globe from here now. But let's say I was just flying from Australia to South Africa or South America somewhere, and they flew straight through. I'd be really surprised to see all that land. And if they did just take the long way around, I'd be surprised at how long we've been in the air for, and I'd wonder when we're going to crash and die. It's not a good flyer to begin with. If my flight takes longer than normal, I'm going to be the guy running around on the plane in a panic.
So anyway, it's not the right. In no way is it the correct flight path. So let's see, Squid Riff. Send me a message on Facebook, and I'll hook you up. But my Discord. Can somebody put my Discord link in the chat for Squid Riff, please? One of the mods. So all right, let's see if he has any more insight here in how this is undebunkable.
Exactly how to circumnavigate over the flat Earth. Right here we see the airplane flying from Sydney to Chile.
There you go, Sydney to Chile. So on the flat Earth, if you do straight line, it's about double the time, double the distance, right? But he's doing a just following the line of latitude version, which is going to be probably triple according to the flat Earth map, the distance, which also doesn't match the way they actually fly, because the way they actually fly, they go farther south and get almost to the edge of Antarctica. So
exactly.
Yep.
Well, and I think too with a lot of flat earthers, I kind of noticed they don't seem to understand how flight paths work on a globe. Like whenever you see them just with a Mercator map out, they just have a line right from straight from one location to another, and they think that's the flight path. Like, you ever do an airport? The further north it goes, the more of an arc you see, on that flight path, and same with the further south you go. There's a reason for that.
Yeah. So here's a globe. If anybody wants to try it, you just get a
piece of string.
Right? So here's Sydney, and then over here's Santiago, right? And you put a piece of string on both of those, put a pin in it if you want, but then you pull it as tight as you can. And what's going to happen is it's going to take the shortest path, which means it's actually going to go down south here a little bit, right? It's going to hook on. It's going to make a big smiley face. That's how it's really easy on an actual physical globe to figure it out. So somebody said, debate the conspiracist. A Watt says that. If you're going to talk undebunkable, the conspiracist is undebunkable. His sweet corn conspiracy it blows everything out of the water. So he may convert me. He's the only one so far, I think. Have you seen him?
I've seen one or two. I have a lot of catching up to do for his videos still.
Yes. So this is the map that Wolfie bases his flight plans on.
Well, actually, it's Wolfie's in for a big surprise when he wakes up.
Oh.
But you kind of you have to love the arrogance behind flat earthers. They think they know more than professional pilots that have flown 20, 30 years. And they're so stupid that they just follow a map and they don't think to themselves anything about it. It's
yeah. And well, the other thing is, they do use, it makes it easy to use software.
Of course.
But you don't get to just use the software. In order to become a pilot and maintain your certification, you have to be able to do it if the software fails. So you can watch some of Wolfie's videos. He has this whole set of maps that he has to keep with him. They're the Jeppesen maps, I think, is what he has. And every couple weeks or months, if there's an update, they send it, and he has to go in and pull out the old ones and put in the new ones and throw away the old version of the map. And so if the software fails, they got to pull out these maps, and they got to pull out their compass and actually start plotting the route on the paper maps. So you got to be able to do that.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you this: if we had a flat earther as a pilot and that navigation software went out, we'd probably be hitting the dome.
Yeah, the dome. No kidding. So quit asking me to change my name. Team Skeptic says yes. MC Toon set up a debate between McFlatty and the Conspiracist. Well, they're both on the same side. I don't know why you'd have them.
You could set up a discussion where they could both talk about why, or their proofs as to the Earth being flat, and they could just discuss. They could
tag team.
Yeah, they could enlighten us with their wisdom and knowledge.
We could have a 2-on-2 and then tag team. Sewer Tapes is wondering about Multi-Tom-Tom's beverage preferences. So, all right, let's finish this up here.
South America. They fly along the jet stream, which goes right here. It's a jet stream. That's how these airplanes fly.
Okay, so you just made a claim that's easily shown not to be true. There, Banjo.
Oh, you think he's gonna back that up?
No, of course not.
Same thing from South America to South Africa. Same thing from South Africa
It's
to Australia.
It's so sloppy.
They began flying it around the world from Abu Dhabi last year, with stops in India and China. Then
What's
across
that part in the
Pacific.
book on the bottom of the scene?
It then was on to the United States,
goodness.
hopscotched across America, powered only by the sun, and now it has crossed its last ocean, the Atlantic. Not much further to go.
Now, the other thing that
there we
I
go.
want to point out
The
is
spotlight.
very interesting stuff. These two ladies,
sun.
one in Brazil, one here in Japan, they were filming WhatsApp. They were talking on WhatsApp at sunset. So as you observe right here, when the sun is above Africa, okay, it's a sunrise in Brazil, sunset in Japan.
Oh, that's so sloppy. And of course, you can actually see on this map here, the sun is not illuminating brightly New Zealand, but it's on New Zealand. New Zealand could see the sun in this particular one. Oh, let's see. Quit asking me to change my name. 2-on-2, MC Toon and Punchy versus McFlatty and the Conspiracist. Oh, wait. I don't think that would work. Why?
Oh, we could figure something out.
I don't know why that would. Cryptic. CYN. Synaptic says, that's how I found you, Wolfie, talking about the wonderful chart work. Yes. Right up here, my charts. Wolfie mirrored my video. Thank you to Wolfie for that. So anyway,
that was
yeah.
Very good. I was gonna actually, that's how I first heard of your channel, was from that
the Flat Out Heroes challenge that was easy to do. So
yes.
All right, this super spotlight sun.
So that's what was happening. It was almost 6 in the afternoon. Both of them were talking on WhatsApp. You see the larger image, the ladies in Japan, and the tiny one on the bottom. The other lady was in Brazil, and one was she's pointing, showing her watching in Japan. Her cell phone here. It was almost 6 p.m. The sun was setting. That was in September. While it was almost 6 a.m. in Brazil, the sun was rising. So at this moment, the sun is directly above Africa. As you can see on the model on the side, my flat Earth model, I have the sun stopping right above Africa and showing how it can be sunrise in Brazil and sunset in Japan.
So he's like, it can be sunrise and sunset in Japan and Brazil at the same time, which of course, yeah, that sort of can, except of course the elevation of the sun wouldn't work. And neither does, this is important, the horizontal angle of the sun is completely off on the AE map. Go ahead and try it out. Any flat earther, what is the AE map prediction for the angle of sunrise as seen from Sydney, Australia? Anybody? Multi-Tom-Tom, Austin Whitsitt, or Gary Wybenga? Anybody in there? Use whatever map you like. What is the angle of the sunrise on December 22nd in Sydney, Australia? And I'll use this, right? You show me, I'll use this. I have it ready here somewhere. I almost did it the other night. I was going to do another. All right, here's what I do. I get one of these. I get this paper clip and I straighten it out and I get some Play-Doh and I stick it on there and then I point it towards where the sun is, and then we'll see who's got the right one. Polaris not moving this. Here's Gary Webanga. Polaris not moving, and the stars all following the exact same path across the sky every 23 hours. Blah blah. Sidereal day. Prove the Earth isn't orbiting the sun. Actually, it does quite the opposite. But you go with that, Gary. It's cute.
Well, and on top of that, Polaris does move. You can easily you can do it yourself if you want to, or just look up any picture online ever, and you can just see the circle that it makes around the northern celestial pole. But why bother doing that? That's just intellectually honest.
Turns out it's not exactly in the middle, but it also moves throughout the years. That's maybe what he's talking about. Is that what you're talking about, Gary? Because it does move. Now you've made the claim that it doesn't, and I'll make the claim that it does move. Now here's the difference between you and me, Gary. I have evidence. So, and I'll give everybody the evidence right here. Documentation, there it is. And I'll just pop it up here quick. So we can see, here is the nautical ephemeris going back to 1850, where Polaris was at 88 degrees 30 minutes. So 1.5 degrees off of the center. And in 2017, it's 89 degrees 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then I even checked it, I think it was earlier this year, and on Google I got 89 degrees and just under 16 minutes. I can check right now and see what Google says now. Actually.
Yeah, it's right around a half degree off right now.
It's the declination.
Yeah, anamorphic mind. I keep inviting Multi-Tom-Tom, but he runs. He bravely runs. He says, "I'm sorry to bracket to you guys, but the ball Earth is debunked." Well, if it is, then why don't you show some evidence? Because so far we got some good laughs. So,
all right. Let's see. Okay, what does Wikipedia have to say? And what year would this be?
It's currently 2019.
Thank you. I almost had to look at a calendar for that. I mean, what year is this for to have the measurements?
So Gary Warbenga, the tiny circle always in the same place. Cite your evidence on that, then I guess, buddy. Since I did cite mine, I'll paste it again. Well, what do you got? Punchy?
Okay, let's see. So on Polaris is, let's see this. Oh, there we go. Yeah, 89 degrees, 15 minutes, and 50.8 seconds. So it says Wikipedia, as of. I'm going to assume this is recent, but it's not telling me as of when that was measured. But yeah, either way, you can see that it does move. So
Brian Leak, shine a flashlight on a globe, it doesn't work. Yup. Oh my goodness, Gary. Oh, Gary, that's precious. Equatorial mounts prove the Earth is motionless and that the stars are what move across the sky. He doesn't even understand. He doesn't even understand that.
Work because the stars follow the exact same path over and over.
Oh, that's.
Well, I mean,
that's
in
cute.
A human lifetime.
Except they don't, and it's documented. But that's cute, Gary. I feel sorry for you. Kinda.
Yeah.
So all right, let's finish up this silly this year.
In Japan. And this is Antarctic, the wall, and you can see.
Oh,
right
he just said you weren't around in 1850, so we called BS.
Well, then you weren't around in 1850, so you don't know that it's been stationary. So, except that I have documentation and you lack everything. So, we're going to go with some documentation that I wasn't around for, or the zero documentation that you weren't around for. Whatever, Gary.
And several boats have to stop right there because that's the barrier. The Bible points it as the barrier. The waters shall not pass. And it is contained. The water is contained there.
All right. I tell you, I've watched some of Banjo stuff, and he just goes on and on the same thing all the time. It's just.
Yeah, and so I've never watched any of his videos, like his actual videos. I've just seen, oh hey, Green Bullion's here. Awesome.
Oh, cute. All right, so Mark Beisler, you got your first one.
Okay, remember everyone, just be polite here. Take turns timing him out.
Take turns. Gary says we're pasting the same. Well, of course it's the same stuff because you know why? It all works. So Gary, here's the challenge to you. Sack up and do this. Use your map, whatever map you want. What's the angle of the sunrise in Sydney, Australia? You want to say that we've been saying the same thing? You want to say that it's been debunked? Go ahead. What's the angle of the sunrise, December 22nd, in Sydney, Australia? So, all right, go ahead. You were saying something, Chris. Not Chris. Punchy.
Punchy, Chris, same thing. I don't remember now.
Oh.
I was probably reading something from the side chat here. Oh, I was gonna say, you guys are pasting the same stuff over and over again. And it's like, yeah, well, if it's the truth, why would we paste anything different?
Yeah, the truth doesn't change, does it?
No. No, multi-tom-tom, the baller just does not work.
Oh, what doesn't work? What doesn't work? And you haven't shown anything that doesn't work, so hold on. I'm getting a call. It's my cousin. He's called me over and over again. Like, all right, can you like do a little, well, all right, if he calls back.
I have my packets here. I can try and juggle or something. I don't know.
Are they angle packets?
Angle packets. Yeah. No, I have so many packets of hot sauce. I get fried chicken a lot, so I get a lot of Louisiana sauce, and it piles up.
Oh, okay.
I just love hot sauce. Wait, can I do this? Wait.
All right.
Let's see.
Here he is again. All right, hold on. I gotta take this. All right, I'll turn myself off so you can't hear.
Okay. Hey, everyone can look at me for a little bit.
Okay. No, no, I can't. I just can't help you. It's too much. It's a lot. It's a lot of stuff. I'm busy. I got this. And yeah, I don't. Yeah. Yeah, you can't call me while I'm doing my live stream. Yeah, Tuesdays, every Tuesday. So yeah, and yeah, no. You figure it out yourself. You don't have a computer, but you can figure out how to edit. No, don't tell your mom. So no, I don't care. Your mom can call me, and I don't care. All right, no, figure it out yourself. All right, I gotta go. All right.
Oh, a boot? Yeah, I can say a boot.
Oh, Peter G said you could hear me. That's okay. I'm sorry, it wasn't any big deal. So, just my cousin calling, asking for help on something. He's gonna go to Canada and talk to somebody, and he wants me to help edit a video. I'm like, do it yourself. So, all right.
Why would you want to go to Canada right now? It's so bloody cold.
Yes.
Like I'm wearing 3 t-shirts. I'm inside right now.
So yeah, sorry, I didn't mute that. So, it's no big deal. I didn't on the phone call. So,
all good.
Yeah, like it's weird that the phone call's over and they're still saying they can hear me. I think, you know what I find sometimes is like if I pause it or something happens, a live video gets a little bit behind, and so you can go and play it at 1.25%, and then it like catches up. Right. So, Gary Wybenga says earthquakes don't prove anything. I guess you're going to have to prove that statement then, Gary, because people can measure PNS waves, and just like you can have an ultrasound to identify the gender of a baby before it's born, you can use ultrasound to identify the gender of the makeup of the Earth, the consistency, not the consistency, like, you know, the density of the metal, of the solids, at the point at which there are transitions from solid to liquid, things like that. It's all pretty well explored, and so by saying we don't know anything about it, you are basically saying that all of these people for quite a bit of time know nothing, and you need to support that statement, Gary. So yeah, no, it doesn't work is nuh-uh. So Gary, get to work. You need to actually like look at what seismologists actually do and identify and understand, and then attempt to find some evidence claiming it wasn't didn't really work, how it doesn't work. So there's so much fun in here. Multi Tom Tom says Cavendish was a mental patient.
Yeah. He's quirky from what I've heard, but
whether he was or not, it doesn't really matter, because he wasn't the only one to do that experiment. Did you know that, Multi Tom Tom?
I don't think he did, honestly.
He probably thinks, because I've heard, this is funny, I've heard Flatty say nobody's been able to reproduce it. The Cavendish's experiment, or generally a torsion bar experiment, which of course isn't true at all. It happens all the time, and it's well documented.
Yeah, and on top of that, they just keep on doing it with more and more accurate ways of getting measurements, and I mean, I don't know if they've ever it's just funny because they seem to get all of their information from YouTube. Have they ever just YouTubed Cavendish experiment and just seen people doing it?
Yeah. But well, let's see. I'll get a good one here. Just a little sample.
All right. Well, BM Furball did one recently for that Cavendish experiment.
Yeah. So here is experiment after experiment. Here's the first one done by Mr. Cavendish himself in 1798, but there have been quite a few since then. Here's one from 2000. This is just a sampling of the ones I could get the free PDFs for. From 2018, some from China. Here's one from 2013. Improved determination of G using two methods. Determination of gravitational constant with a beam balance. I love this one. They use 13 tons of mercury in that one.
Oh wow.
The BIPM measurement of Newtonian constant of gravitation G. A measurement of G with cryogenic torsion pendulum. Let's look at that one. That one's kind of fun. They did this in a deep underground, and they immersed this thing in liquid helium. And of course, they didn't just do it once, and they did it many times. And I'm not gonna read the stuff or go after it, but look at the detail, right? They did different torsion fibers at different times. Here's the apparatus, right? Compare this to the quality of experiment that a flat earther does.
Whoa. Are you telling me that taking a laser thermometer and pointing it at one object outside, and then putting it at a different object that happens to not be in the shade, and concluding that it's colder than us because of the moon? Are you telling me that's not a valid experiment? Because if so, I need to rethink how I conduct science.
Yeah. Hey, Willie Pfister said, "I don't know your situation. I'm not being nosy, but that seemed kind of mean to your blood relative asking you for help." All right.
Nah,
sorry, Corey. I'll help you. Get your stuff together, Corey, and then I'll, is this on your website? I've been wanting to read up on calculating G. Yes, it is. It is mctoon.net/G. So yes, I have a collection, a sampling of 15, maybe 15 to 20 publications, and I got for all of them. Well, the very bottom one is the LIGO publications, but the rest of them I have the PDF. So right there, you can just download it. And only one of them was done by the accused mental patient Cavendish. So.
And he was one that first thought up the experiment. It's still used today.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
So, here. I even have, they had this University of Washington. They did this in 2000. So this is a digital video that they took in 2000, which back then digital video was not super good, but of their experiment working. So this is the inside of this. It's pretty low quality, but the inside of it is a vacuum chamber, and the whole thing turns. They do that to minimize the effects of the unknowns of the torsion wire. So it moves so that the torsion wire unknown isn't a problem. The benefit of moving like that is that if there's something heavy, massive on different sides of it, it nullifies all that because it's spinning horizontally like that. So it's not all that exciting to watch, and of course the good stuff's on the inside, actually, the torsion bar.
Yeah.
So there it is. That is actually on so I put that on my website. They had it on theirs, and I uploaded it to YouTube. So, but right on my website, mctoon.net/G. So there you go.
I would check it out myself, actually, one of these days.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Lots of, and there's several different ways that they measure it, and strangely enough, they come up with the same value for G. Within and their margin of error is tight, right? Every flat earthers don't get this. Every measurement has a margin of error, whether or not you take it into account. There is a margin of error. So,
yeah, I remember one time, I think it was Flat Earth Hero that you were talking to about this. Actually, I think it was you and Jared, and you're both trying to explain that to him, and he didn't seem. It was a long time. I was never exactly how it went, but he just didn't seem to understand that. Flat Out Hero.
Flat Out Hero. Oh, yeah, it's always remedial math and science with him.
I remember he was saying that, if the sun's a ball of fire in space, and you were just like, I remember because he was like, that was the rudest I've ever heard. You're like, what? You're like, dude, I'm trying to be nice here, but for the love of God, like,
you gotta get it right.
Well, like I remember like learning about that in like elementary school, like not in depth, but just enough to know that it wasn't a ball of fire.
Oh. So, all right, Brian Leak, are you actually a flat earther, Brian? He keeps going on. I can't tell. So, Willie Pfister. See, I knew you're a good guy. I've said that in the chats before. Go MC cousin Corey. Yeah. Yeah, he's my. Everybody has like that one relative, so you know what I mean. So. Austin Whitsitt is live on Facebook. Oh, he goes for an hour on yeah, I guess, I don't know. I go for 2 or 3, so.
What are you gonna do? Was he the one you had on last week?
Yeah, that was last week.
Right?
We've had some good talks since then. So I asked him to watch Conspiracy Cat's video. I don't know if he did. I kind of think he did not. So Ben D says he's that one relative. It just don't be that one relative. Brian Leak says not on paper. You mean not? There are no measurement errors on paper. Sorry, that's not correct either. The thing is, that's the one right there. Here is, on paper, a measurement of G. And they go on, this one has really, it's one of the bottom ones on my list there on mc2.net/G. They have, so they custom made these copper spheres. See this? So that they use copper because it's not magnetic like iron is, right? Mm-hmm. And like they were super aggressive on making sure there was no magnetic field on it at all. And then they have 2 of them, so they polished them both and measured the mass of each of them so that they were the same mass as close as they could. But here's the thing: it's their what they call their error budget. They go on for pages and pages about their margin of error and controlling and all the things that they did. Of course, this is a big, there it is, yeah. Big write-up. They're very particular. So here, table 4, the error budget of delta C sub G over I, contributed by the errors in the geometrical metrology and mass distributions of the pendulum and source masses. The dimensions are all converted to the corresponding values at 20.2 degrees Celsius. The values in the square brackets are for experiment 2. So here, they go on and on about their error budget. So on paper, right, they're doing all this error calculation. So it's extremely thorough. And then compare that to I see too far. Really? And how do you know that you are seeing too far? What does too far mean? Well, it's 8 inches per square mile. Or per mile squared. Like, oh, yeah. And what's the margin of error on that? None.
Yeah. I remember that one time you had that one flat earther on, and then one of their arguments was that they don't see anything curving away from them.
Oh, it's tipping away.
Yeah, like leaning away from them. And then we're all just like, that 1 degree is like, roughly every 111 kilometers, right? Like,
yeah.
And it's like, did you even take that into consideration, or did you just hear that and think, come to think of it, that's right. Yeah, I don't see things leading away from me. Like the Earth is, tiny apparently. Oh, and Gary Libanga just said you don't need gravity for buoyancy. Well, can I ask you this?
Oh, what's the formula then?
Gary. And not even the formula, like this, just if you don't need some sort of force to create buoyancy, if you're in a car or a van and you have a helium balloon and you accelerate forward, which way is the balloon going to go? And why? Because according to you, there doesn't need to be a force. So I'll just put that thinking.
Yeah, somebody's saying Gary is a Anthony Riley disciple. I think Gary is actually a Antonio Subrat's the rapist disciple. Yeah. So, yeah, and Gary said in one of the comments after a video said there is no force. There is no force. Like there's no force that makes things fall down. So I don't know how to respond to that because that's just too ridiculous, right?
I just don't understand though. Like,
just because you don't understand it.
Yeah, like why is down? Just saying density doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So and so Nunya Smith, somebody on Facebook, I had I think Nunya is a she. Apologies if I get it wrong. Because somebody had said that Nunya is a she, but there's no it's like there's no picture and there's no about information. So I'll go with she, and if I'm wrong, sorry. So it was on a flat Earth conversation, and I said, well, how do you account for, things falling down, the force of things, the force of downward acceleration, and we went through this thing where she was trying to present using density, but it was basically all of the formulas that you can use to calculate acceleration. If you know the starting at, the height that something fell, you knew the initial velocity, and you knew how much time it took. Well, that's how you can calculate the acceleration.
Yeah.
And so we went through all that stuff, and I'm like, okay, well, that's all good. That's correct, but you need to know the amount of time it took, for example, and how far it went. That doesn't tell us. That doesn't derive for us the force, the acceleration of that we measure down. So we never really got to that point, and I asked Nunya if she wanted to come on after the show, the main debate today, which isn't happening. So if she wants to come on, maybe that would be fine. Just to have a nice talk. It was a good talk. It wasn't negative at all. So
didn't get heated. That's always good.
Yeah. But I mean, we didn't get the downward acceleration that is because of differential density. So, and I've not seen that. So here's the deal. You know that there's 4 different that I've seen, 4 different flat Earth explanations for gravity.
Okay, well, I've heard electromagnetism. I've heard relative density.
Yeah, that's all right. So, the electromagnetism, the electric universe, everything's magnetic, right? Like, so they kind of switch, like why doesn't lead go up? All right, so I left off those 2, so 6. So, all right, keep going.
Okay, so it's relative density. The Earth just moving up at 9.8 meters per second squared.
There you go.
Those are the most common ones that I've heard. I'm sure I've heard other ones, but maybe just not enough to actually remember them. But
so there's 2 more. There's Tim Osman with the Z Infinite Plane Society. It is possible to have an infinite plane and actual gravity exist. The plane would not be stable and it would collapse anyway. But it's an interesting mind or thought experiment. You could have a certain thickness, I don't remember the amount, of a of a plane and experience a 9.81 meters per second squared downward force. I like that one. I don't think that Tim Osman of the Infinite Plane Society accepts that one. I think he just thinks that it's infinite and has no real explanation for gravity. But my favorite one is there's only one YouTuber that I've seen that does it, that talks about it, and it's moving again, which the flat and stationary people don't like. But he has this this idea. He has this bike tire, and he's spinning this bike tire, and so he thinks that the Earth is like on the inside of a thing that's spinning around, and it's centrifugal force that's causing acceleration. Like the entire Earth, right, is sitting on side of this and spinning like a water in a bucket.
Yeah, like a flat plane just kind of going like that, basically.
Yeah.
Somehow.
I'm like, oh, that's awesome. That's
like, I love how they can't accept gravity, but they'll make up these ridiculous claims, and to them that sounds more plausible, just so they can say that the Earth is flat.
Oh. Yeah.
They have very active imaginations. I will give them that.
Yeah, and of course the religious ones, they reject all that because it has to be stationary, because it they have their interpretation of the Bible says that it's stationary. Yeah. Apophis Rex says the man keeps you down.
That's a good one. Actually, I'm just gonna use the bathroom quickly. I'll be right back.
All right. Well, let me do this. All right, you're off screen. Go ahead. So, all right. So Nunya Smith. Oh man. Ask if she wants to join. So, anyway, those I love that one. It's the only one that really makes sense. Where like you're spinning around on this deal. I mean, it only sort of makes sense. It doesn't explain the different amounts of gravity in different parts of the world that we measure everywhere using gravimeters. Gravimeters are extremely accurate, basically accelerometers, if you want to call them that. But they have either a spring that's highly tuned and is at a very low temperature, or very fixed temperature, or they have a the really good and super expensive ones have a vessel that's been evacuated of as much air as they can, right? And then they pick up it like this. I think it's an automated thing. It drops an actual like mass inside of it, and it uses a laser to measure the drop, how long it takes. And it uses a cesium clock to get a very accurate timing, and so that's good to better than 9 degrees of precision. So let's see, DKG Custom. Look into bees. Their entire communication system is based on a globe Earth model. Are you smarter than an insect, or are you a flat earther? Oh. Nunya says she's not the debating type. So. Oh. So, yeah, oh, hey, who was it that was going to, what was his name? Something from Facebook was saying he wanted to come on, and then asked for the Discord link. So a cosmonaut wants to join and pretend to be a flurf. Well, send me a thing on Facebook so I can, sorry, on Discord so I can quickly find you. We use gravimeters that used rotating accelerometers. Interesting. Oh, there, Squidriff. Squidriff, did you find me on Discord, or you can send me a message on... are you... what? Mid Squidriff, what's your name on Discord? All right, well... so, all right. James Eden. I like when I close the chat. So, y'all have supercomputers. How did you pull that up? So, all right. So, IB Hunter. That's interesting. You use gravimeters. You use rotating accelerometers. I don't know how that would work, but yeah, Nunya is not actually listening to it either. I'll send the link. Let me find it here. Yeah, I don't really want to like she's not the debating type. I don't want to debate. I just like to go over it. But hold on. Cover your idea. No debate. So there we go. The gravimeter that I'm familiar with times an object falling in a vacuum, says Manabrat. Yeah, that's the one I'm most familiar with. IB Hunter. It was rotating to take out acceleration due to wave action on ships. Oh, yeah. You need to control for variables. So, and I've seen that there's a if you go to mctune.net/r, no, not r, /rotation. That's the one. mctune.net/rotation. There is a apparatus. Let's see. Fluid in a laboratory. So there's a lot of ways to measure the Earth's rotation. There it is, measuring the Earth's rotation rate using a low-cost MEMS gyro. Let's pull that up. That's kind of fun. Mm-hmm. So same thing. I have a list of publications that for which I could find. Oh, there's pictures. I'm sure of it.
I do enjoy pictures. I'm not gonna lie to math.
There it is. So, oh, that's tiny. You like pictures? So yeah, I have stuff where I can get the PDF, of course. That's so that doesn't have the. I think this guy's website has pictures of it, but we've got there it is. Hold on a second.
Hello.
Yeah, just a second. I'm gonna stop presenting and unpin.
I can't hear anybody actually.
All right.
Give me 1 second.
And who's this? Sorry, did I miss this? I was just in the bathroom there.
This is I don't want to get your name wrong. I don't know if you can hear me yet, but Kier Ellison, I think is his name, and he contacted me on Facebook and said, "Hey, let's when you're on."
There we go. Hello.
Hey, how do you say your name?
My actual name?
Yeah.
Well, whatever
you want to go by.
Well, my actual name is Kier.
Oh, Kier.
Okay.
Yeah, Kier. But my other name, my YouTube name is Squidriff, and my Discord name is Sayonara.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So we've got Punchy here, is who's with you. So yeah, Kier had contacted me on Facebook earlier, said, "Hey, can I come on sometime?" So I was covering this low-cost MEMS gyroscope to measure the Earth's rotation. So the cool thing is, and the paper doesn't have the pictures in it, it's this whole thing. They put it on a record player, and because they did that to isolate out other things, and then it's complicated a little bit, but it's pretty cool how they use that the record player to spin it to be able to measure the Earth's rotation with the cheap MEMS gyroscope. So MEMS is a mechanical
gyroscope.
I forget what MEMS stands for. It's an electronic thing. It's what's in your phone, right? Your phone has a MEMS gyroscope, a MEMS accelerometer, and three planes.
Okay.
So
a vibrating structure gyroscope by IE. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
that's pretty sweet.
When people say the Earth doesn't rotate or it's stationary, and we know, and whatever, well, then you kind of are just ignoring all of the things that we do to measure it. So
yeah. Oh, by the way, if anyone was curious, it's the micro electromechanical system.
There, yeah, electromechanical. I love how they do those. They print them. A lot of them they print on silicon, where they have like these fingers and these other fingers, and they don't overlap. They're near each other, and then the downward acceleration we call gravity causes like some of them are short and some are long, and the long ones move a little bit, and it measures the capacitance between them, and that change in capacitance is how they quantify the downward acceleration or whatever acceleration. So
pretty sweet.
Those are and all of that was how phones are able to do all the things that they do. When you switch the orientation of your phone, it knows that, and it changes your orientation on the phone because of those MEMS devices.
Yeah, because I remember Bob the Science Guy had a couple of videos in that, and yeah, I guess a couple of diagrams. I mean, I couldn't tell you how they work, obviously, but it's just cool to know that they do.
Let's see. I got to put the Banjo video.
So what made them originally use a record player? Just because it's rotating?
Yeah, because it's easy to get.
Oh yeah.
And you needed it to move a certain rate, and I think he put a because of the electrical interference, he actually built some sort of not a Faraday cage, but an electronic version of that around the whole apparatus. It's just wires that he put. I don't remember exactly what he did, but he applied electricity to it in some manner to isolate out interference, and then he has in there actually like here's with and here's without
like the results with and without the wires over the record player.
Yeah, to cancel out.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So I have, I don't know if it's even. So Don't Sphere the Truth has a 40-minute video on Flat Earth, Sigma Octantis, Why You So Shifty, Southern Stars. I don't know if it's just so much. I've not actually reviewed it, but this is where he desperately attempts to say that we should see a rotating pole in the south side because of something. It's of course it's goofy, but Surf is saying we need to see Kier's doggo.
Yes, I did see that doggo a couple times.
Yeah, I can. Brent, come here. Come here, sweetie. I can show everybody real quick.
Is that
the doggy?
That's a shepherd.
Yeah.
Is that a full German shepherd?
Yeah, it is.
How old?
Oh, nice.
She's like a year and 4 months. Year and 4 months or so.
Is she a little small?
Yeah, she's only 65 pounds, so she's definitely on the smaller side. Yeah, her dad was 136. So.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm glad she didn't get that big.
Yeah. Well, Surf likes your dog.
Thank you.
So. Yeah, my dog. Yeah, she was in here earlier, sitting on the chair here. But Punchy says puppy.
Oh. Puppy.
So let's see what. Nothing from Nunya. Nunya, are you in the chat watching? So Nunya had it was an interesting thing, but it didn't actually derive the downward acceleration. So I've not seen anybody actually try to really explain and come up with something close to the downward acceleration in any way that works, other than F equals G m over r squared. So anyway, what do you think?
Do we dare put ourselves
I just made an audible daw, and Doggo looked at me like she was jealous. Oh, your own dog? Your own dog?
Oh, dogs
right.
do get jealous. Lord, how they get jealous.
Yes.
Quick, too. Really quick.
Oh, yes.
What? I'll go get mine. Hold on. You guys entertain them for a second.
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I feel so left out now. I haven't had a dog in like 4 years.
Yeah, she well, I came back from another city, and me and my girlfriend had been talking about getting one for a while. It had been like 2 years or so. I had always wanted one. And then literally I came home and I just went and got her. Like, I didn't even think about it. I came home and I just got her, and like within like a day or two of being home, it was great.
From a shelter or from a breeder? Or
it was a breeder, but we also have a cat. See, hold up. He's wearing a little turtleneck because he hurt himself. But...
No.
here's the kitty. His name is Salem.
Yeah, well, actually, I mean,
Salem.
It's a bit of an unconventional pet, but I do have a pet chicken. But not so much.
not much of a pet anymore.
This delicious stuff.
That's hilarious.
Well, here's my dog. This is Diamond. She's I think she's about 14.
Oh,
she's.
You say Diamond?
Yep, Diamond.
Oh, that 14. Was when I was born. That was the name of the dog that my mom had at the time. It was she was an overgrown Sheltie, and you like how Shelties, they kind of have that like a white patch on their snout near where it meets their eyes. But it looked like a diamond, so it's just.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I love when animals have like a little mustache, the little like white mustache or opposite color mustache of their fur. I always love that.
Yeah. And yeah, no, my last dog was actually a Sheltie, not an overgrown Sheltie. Like my mom's just a regular Sheltie, so about maybe on all fours, foot and a half up. But I was like furry dogs.
See, I don't know. Like I have my dog is a short hair, but I don't know if I could do a long hair German Shepherd. They're just so like she sheds a lot. I couldn't imagine how much a long hair German Shepherd would shed. I'd be vacuuming every single day.
It's terrible.
Yeah, and
it's terrible.
It's not.
We had one growing up, and the back legs would just you'd go outside and like brush for an hour and still get the same amount after that.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and the worst thing too is not even just vacuuming the hair, just constant grooming.
Oh
yeah.
You know what? Here I'll be right back. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right. So yeah, that Diamond is a rat terrier. And we also have another that's a half rat terrier, half something else. That's a kind of a kind of a rescue, and she hurt herself after we rescued her, and broke her arm. Yeah, sorry, Brian Leak. We'll get off the dogs, so they took off her arm, all the way up at the socket. So, all right, I didn't get the answer.
Sorry, hold on. Is Brian Leak a flat earther?
That's Brian. Are you a serious flat earther, or are you just like,
Because if you want to talk about the shape of the Earth, why don't you just get in here?
Yeah. Gary, let's see. Horizons are determined by elevation. They're just the point where your angle of view is too narrow, and the compression of angular size and the distances meet. And that's wrong.
Translation: blah 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 blah. Earth is flat. Blah blah blah.
Everything we can. All of these things we can calculate. So Gary, when something is, 20 miles away and you're 10 feet up, how much is going to be hidden? Should be able to know that.
Thought I should dress for the occasion.
Oh, there you go.
Nice. Awesome.
Gary, I'm ready when you are to have a showdown. To have the bottom obstruction showdown. We'll take some observations from different distances and elevations, and I'll use the globe math and you use your math, and we'll see which one better predicts how much should be hidden. Right?
What was the conversation?
Oh,
what did I walk away from?
Gary Wybenga is a flat earther that's always in the chat here, and he likes to make up stuff that doesn't make sense about why things are obstructed.
Why things are obstructed?
Yeah,
in what way?
With distance, why things are bottom up obstructed.
Yeah. Because the Earth is a globe.
Well, yeah, that's of course the easy one.
Yeah.
But he makes up this stuff. And so I challenged him. Fine. Tell me. Let's put it to the test. We'll find some observations, some distance and height observations, and we'll see how much is obstructed. How much prediction is obstructed. I'm not getting that out of me very well, but for flat Earth, your flat Earth idea, Gary, and then of course the globe, because we can do math. So, you
know what? That reminded me. I remember I was on the Facebook page a while ago, and there was a guy saying, a flat Earth guy, that was saying like, if the Earth was a globe, why doesn't all the water just pool down to the bottom of the Earth? And I'm like, what? The first question I asked him was, what is the bottom of the Earth? And then he was like, what? He's like, south of the universe. And I'm like, man, what are you talking about? What is south?
Down here, that's the bottom.
Yeah, it's right at the bottom. Like, what is south of what is south in space? How do you orient direction in space anyway? But he's like, oh yeah, it would all float to the bottom, like a bottom relative to us. But that's not how things work. That's just, it was I couldn't even take him seriously at that point.
Yeah. Oh, and they also think that people should be falling off, like in Australia. And it's like,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. It's honestly given me a lot of entertainment over the last couple of years. You think it would get old, but they just keep on saying more and more ridiculous stuff.
Yeah. I agree. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Marty Moose says, "Who's the flat earther with the NASA shirt?" That's Kier Ellison, who's not a flat earther.
All right. I'm representing for you guys.
Yeah. All right. I have. Here's that snowman I made. But here's the cool thing.
Oh.
They covered up the yellow, but you can still see it. Don't eat the yellow. Don't eat the yellow snow unless you're a flat earther. They like the yellow snow. There. This one, not very clear, but I made a little globe thing here on this one.
Oh, I see you. I see you made a flat earth.
No. I meant to make it. You can see the bottom. The globe is like it's close. All right. So when they're like, how come it's different sizes in different pictures?
There you go.
Yeah. So that's MC2. Oh, quit asking me to change my name. Team Skeptic says, Marty Moose, that's MC Toon. You should know this by now. Lol. So apparently, Kier, you are now MC Toon.
I'll take
sorry.
it.
Are you any good at rap? Because I'm not.
No. MC, they're good.
I'm okay. I can make a little rap about the Earth really fast.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, James.
Maybe not. I'll save everybody.
I've learned a few things. I'm a terrible rapper, a terrible singer, and a terrible dancer.
Oh, so I throw down the challenge to Gary Wybenga, right? About doing predicting. We're gonna have the showdown, and Gary comes up with reasons why things are obstructed bottom first. Elevation of the observer. No reason why that would make a difference if it's flat. Surface topography. If it's over water, no reason why that would do it. Compression of angular size of objects with distance, including airspace between objects. If you're higher up than the object you're looking at, this part is closer, this part's farther, but up here that's even farther yet, right? So wouldn't say you're here, right? Wouldn't the top of this get compressed before the bottom of this? Gary, you gotta work on that.
Well, on top of that too, why is it consistent all the time?
Well, I gotta give you this. It's not consistent. Atmospheric conditions are crazy.
Yeah, well,
right.
No, okay, I should rephrase that more. Just that's the way to phrase that then. But yeah, you can't have always doesn't have a certain way cut off unless it's like that. But I should think before I speak.
So, I was Kier, where are you at? What part of the country? Just
I'm in North Carolina.
Okay, so
yeah,
just last week, I don't know if you've seen this, Punchy, but just last week some geese were flying south.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have geese still like this late in the year flying south?
I haven't been paying attention, but I don't recall seeing any recently.
But they fly in a V, right?
Yeah.
Right, whatever. And have you ever noticed this one, though, that one side of the V is longer than the other?
Yep.
Do you know why that is?
There are more geese on that side.
There are more geese on that side. Correct. All right.
You can't beat me at dad jokes, okay?
I just want to be sure.
Keep me on your toes.
Yep. Good job. All right.
I've actually asked that joke in the side chat, or said that joke. I've asked that question and made that joke in the side chat before, and people always they overthink it and they'll just try and give an answer, and I just say that.
All right, so Nunya Smith is a medical professional, yeah, and I thought a nurse is what, or something like that, and says for obvious reasons like to stay anonymous. So, all right.
Obvious reasons.
Yeah, because like I think a medical professional wouldn't be that much of a deal, but if you're an engineer of some sort, right, bridges or structural of some sort, and you don't believe gravity exists, I don't trust you.
Yeah, that would definitely have to stay anonymous.
I don't want to go in that building. I don't want to drive over that bridge.
So that person, yeah, and so there was Nathan Thompson got upset at George Natchik because he thought that he maybe got reported a flat earther Brian Mullen to somebody and like threatened his career somehow. And he's a structural engineer of some sort, and I would say, yeah, I'm in for that. If he's doing things where people's safety is at risk, yes, I'm first in line to report that person. Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was watching one of your other debates earlier today while I was looking at something else, but I had your debate going on in the background with I don't remember his name, but it was like it was a black guy, and he like kept cutting out to go to work.
Okay. Yeah, Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Oh, was that from 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, 2 weeks ago.
And I love the thing that always gets me is like, you'll present not just him specifically, but you'll present like really solid evidence that shows that, like for example, why does water sticking to a ball? That was my favorite part. You show him the ball with water sticking to it, and he's like, well, no, hold up. What about the bottom? The water's falling all off the bottom. I need something to where the water's sticking on the bottom. You're like, you know what? I got that for you. Then you show him the one with the water sticking on the bottom. No. I see that puddle of water down there on the bottom. Give me something better. And you're like, man, what else do I need to do to prove to you that, water is staying on these balls? That's not a joke. I said that a little weird. But what do I need to prove to you that water is sticking to the surface of these objects? And he just wasn't taking it. And I think that's like their biggest downfall, because none of them are stupid. Like they're not dumb people. I think they're just some definitely can be. Yeah, like I think they truly want to learn, but they truly want to learn all of the wrong things. And like, you know, you're presenting these things, you're showing him the math, you're showing him the numbers, and he's just not buying any of it because he's like, oh, well, that's not what I think. That's not how I think it should work, or how it should work. And you're like, have you done any of the studying, any of the mathematics, any of the, you know, do you have your equations on how it should work? Show me something so that we can better understand where you are with this conversation. But, you know, and that's kind of how it was with Austin. What's the name? Whitsitt?
Whitsitt.
Whitsitt. Yeah.
Whitsitt. Like he just, you know, you kept like you were, hey, you know, here's the gravitational constant. Here's my formula. What is your formula? And he's like, oh, well, you know, the formulas are all gone. And then he's like, oh, well, that's not even your formula. Okay, well, you make up a formula and show me how it works. Show me these things so I can, you know, like prove to me that you know what you're talking about. Why do things fall at 9.8 meters per second squared? And, you know, I don't know. I think they're not dumb people. They're just misinformed people who try to learn crazy things. And that's like, I wish they would understand that, you know, the Earth is a ball.
Yeah. And a lot of them too, not just the fact that they almost don't want to believe it, because keep in mind, a lot of them are big conspiracy theorists, right? So basically anything that goes against what we've been told, they'll believe it, and they'll find anything they can to believe it, because they just can't accept that sometimes they aren't being lied to by a source of authority. So that's actually how I found out about the flat Earth. Actually, was because of this guy. He's a big conspiracy theorist, and so that's why he brought up. And he doesn't trust anything. Like, he was a pizza gator, like all those any crazy idea under the sun, right? And so when he told me about the flat Earth, I was like, okay, that's a bit ridiculous. And I didn't know all the flat Earth talking points at the time, right? So someone gave me some good questions to look up, so I did, and I got answers, and we'd talk, and I would make him rage quit a lot just from basic things. But again, it's the fact that they don't want to believe it. Like, you can say things like, you can explain it to them, and they'll be like, oh, yeah, well, how come this? And it's like, you're not asking a question. You're just using that question as your evidence. They just don't want to answer sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I definitely can agree that it's like, you know, you're talking in a circle. I mean, you're talking to a brick wall, you know. It's like you present all of these things, and you're presented constantly with mathematics, and you know, they always say, oh, well, that's stuff that no one can do. That's stuff no one can do. No one can do these these formulas. No one can figure that stuff out. I mean, how hard is it to take the mass of the numbers of that are already presented to you, the numbers of two masses, and then their distance, and you know, their distance between each other. How hard? All the numbers are there.
Yeah,
you literally just have to punch them in.
If you really wanted to, you could figure out the gravitational constant for yourself. It might not be as accurate as what they have now, but I mean, if Henry Cavendish could do it 300 years ago, I don't see why someone couldn't do it now, just with very similar tools and all that. But you can do it yourself. You can figure out the size of the Earth for yourself. You can literally find these numbers out for yourself, and you can just put the numbers in after you figured it out. And it's funny how it always works when you're using mass, the masses, and when you're using gravitational constant. There's no other equation that will, I mean, I guess maybe Einstein has some much over there, but there's nothing you can use that doesn't involve mass and distance and those things to come to give us the predictions that we can make.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
And Gary thinks you're a psychologist there, Kier. So
he thinks I'm a
psychologist.
Why does he say that?
Because you're analyzing flat earthers.
I mean,
Clive,
anything to help.
Clive Wells, is that Einstein's field equation there? It looks like.
Yep, yeah, I totally understand that.
That's
yep.
Yeah, people don't do that very much. But if you do want to do the reduced Einstein version, because people are like, what kind of gravity do you mean? Do you mean Newton or Einsteinian? Like, oh, so you listen to a Sleeping Warrior and think there's a difference? There isn't. But here, I'll give you. How do I type? I gotta type lambda. Hold on. I'm looking. That's all I need is copy paste. There we go. So there is the Einstein version of the equation in chat there. You just throw a lambda in front of it. And the lambda deals with the relative speed between the observer and the object, which if they're...
Yeah, because lambda, that's wavelength, right?
Oh, no, that's the relative speed. That's Einstein and special relativity, right?
Maybe?
And so it's 1 over. It's basic. It's not. This isn't it. It's a square root. It's whatever. But to calculate lambda, it deals with the speed differential between the two things. And if they're not a significant portion of the speed of light, then basically that value of lambda turns into 1. So.
Yeah.
So you can, because it's so close to 1, unless you're going for that number of digits of precision, you can leave it off because it will not change your final answer at all. Yeah, it's the Lorentz transformation. So
yeah, and just a little heads up here, flat earthers. They didn't know about the speed of light that well back in Newton's day.
No, they did not. It was Michelson of the Michelson-Morley that did, because he thought ether existed, and he probably went to his grave thinking that it did, but all of his experiments disproved it. I mean, you want it so bad, but he was cool. He kept trying, and he published what he published and was rigorous about it. But I think he was the one that really got credit for identifying the speed of light first. So.
I forget, but there actually was a really good. You ever heard of that one channel, Dr. Becky?
Dr. Becky, no.
Well, she's an astrophysicist. She has a really good channel on YouTube. Just talks about different things in astrophysics. And one of the more recent video was how do we determine the speed of light? And she kind of talked about the history of when people first started to think that maybe light actually has a finite speed, and just how they first started to measure it, and how we know the value that it is now. And yeah, it's a really good video. It's actually a good channel. I would highly recommend that you check it out and subscribe.
Dr. Becky. We're talking about it. Too. Let's find it.
And the funny thing is, she explains things in a way that even an idiot can understand. And for some reason, that appeals to me.
So as an astrophysicist...
I found it. All right, I'll put it in the chat, and I will actually put it in the video description.
Yeah, it's a really good channel. Like, yeah, she.
Dr. Becky.
She's a doctor, honey. A doctor.
So, yeah, IB Hunter sent me a message on Discord saying he loves the conversation about gravimeters on the stream. So, I did a lot of looking into gravity, of course, and for last week I had a whole about 10-minute presentation that I never even gave on on gravity. So I'm saving it for when I get a gravity denier, I guess.
Well, so so that was Austin. That was the gravity. Well, they all are, but he was one that you were going to specifically talk about gravity with.
He went on. His thing was that gravity is Tesla's explanation, which wasn't published. But he was going with that one. Like, you don't know what it is. But he wrote it in the notes, or he wrote it in a personal letter, like it was like 1 sentence or 2 sentences.
Yeah, and actually there's I love the one part where you're talking about how you have a mathematical equation for what we all know gravity to be, and then you're trying to get him to provide one.
Yeah,
and then he just
deep in.
It's just like, well, it's density. So you're like, okay, so force equals density. Gotcha.
Deep in. What was it? D air and D pin.
Yeah.
There you go.
It'd be a good laugh. That was funny.
Yeah, that was funny. I was dying.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did get bingo with him, but I did not get it with Chris Martin.
And I wonder if you ever did that thing you told him to do, the about the exposure for the moon.
No, that's a good. I'll ask him. I see him on Facebook a little bit every once in a while. I did. So Maryland Spirit Level was the week before, and I got, so before the debate, I don't know if you saw this or not, but I wasn't in the debate. It was Schrodinger's cat against Maryland Spirit Level, and before the debate, Schrodinger said he's doing bingo, right? And I don't say that beforehand. I don't want to distract them or make them feel bad or anything. But I got bingo. Like I was going along, and I wrote in the comment in the live stream, I said bingo. and then later, Marilyn commented on the video saying, "You got bingo." I'm like, "Oh, sorry. Yeah, I did it." But then, when it was funny when Schrodinger, when she did a live stream rebroadcast of my debate, Schrodinger's cat and the shills did a simultaneous like live debunk of it, sort of, and she was saying in the live chat of her stream that we were sending secret messages because of the bingo thing. I'm like, hold on. I have his email address. I don't need to send him a secret message. I could just send him an email.
Yeah, but there comes that whole conspiracy theorist paranoia again, right? Hey, was it telepathically you were sending it, or?
It must have been. Yeah, quit asking me to change my name. Team Skeptics is that was your best debate by far. You had me rolling the whole time. You mean Austin, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
that was great.
That was, and you know what? I hated. I mean, I don't know this guy personally, obviously. I just hated his attitude, like thinking he was superior in knowledge to everyone. Well, you know, oh yeah, my IQ is 150. You know, I got accepted to Harvard when I was 15 years old, but I didn't go. I'm like, dude, you know, it's one thing to believe in what you believe in, but it's another thing to just act like you're smarter than every other. I mean, people that study this stuff. I mean, guys that are 70, 80 years old that have been doing it their entire lives. You're not smarter than these guys. You're not more intelligent than these guys. Stop pretending like you are. You know, you got. I mean, you were destroying them with basic knowledge. You weren't even getting anything too crazy. You were just pulling out basic stuff, and he couldn't figure anything out.
Yeah,
and that's a big thing. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm done.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's the problem with a lot of flat earthers is that they seem to have that mindset that they've seen a couple of videos on YouTube, and a lot of times it's just narcissism, arrogance, Dunning-Kruger effect, and personal incredulity. You put those things together, and that's a conspiracy theorist in a nutshell, right there.
Yeah, you know, it was, and you know, like you know, at the point in the debate where he started saying like bro and man, I knew he was starting to lose it. You know, he wanted to flip out. He was like, not like that, bro. Come on, man. I'm like, dude, relax. It's not that serious. You know, your IQ's 150. You didn't need to research anything. You got this.
Yeah.
You know,
you're as smart as you say you are. Refute these points. And I thought that if you are that smart, you would realize that math is important, and you think you would have some mathematics to back that up.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, honestly, I was watching his Facebook video, like the one you originally posted, saying, like, you know, like to broadcast that the debate was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
with his comments, right?
Yeah. He was like, oh, I don't even need to research. I'll let you guys do all your research. I'm going to keep going about my daily business, and we're going to see who wins. And I mean, I obviously knew who was going to win from the gate. Right? And the arrogance of him thinking that an astrophysicist would come and debate him on Facebook Live. What in the world? Why would an astrophysicist waste their time debating you? I don't. Yeah. What do they gain out of that?
Could you imagine? Okay, I just spent the last 8 years or however long it is in university, got my doctorate.
Yeah.
Well, time to go debate some flat earthers on YouTube.
Yeah. Time to go debate Austin Whitson. You know, can't wait.
Well, to his credit, after the debate, he posted on Facebook that he took an L on that.
Oh yeah, he definitely did.
So at least he's honest about that. Because a lot of flat earthers will walk around claiming victory. Joey Rocha is a big one of those guys.
You know,
So Brian Leak says this is nothing but an echo chamber, and your narrators are desperate with their arguments. So Brian Leak, so you know this is it was meant to be a debate, and the debater didn't happen. So we're just talking, having some fun. But Brian, if you want to come on, You've
Oh,
had the
yeah.
you've had the invite a few times, Brian. I don't want this to be an echo chamber. Every week I have flat earthers on, so you're invited, and then it won't be an echo chamber. And if you're, scared, then shut up, right?
Yes. He
says
yes.
Yes.
So always says yes. All right, Brian. So you can send me an email, or you can find me on Facebook, or you can find me on Discord.
I put my sweater back on. I'm getting chilly. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I gotta use the bathroom. Ooh, I've been drinking too much water.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. Rendezvous.
All right,
Yeah,
Brian Leak, what wouldn't let you join? I will. I'll grab the Discord link for my server and post it in there. I know some people have maybe done that, but sometimes it's the it's not. It doesn't work right. So let's see. Edit invite link. Expire after never. Generate new link. There you go. There's Discord or my email. It's hard to remember. mctoon@mctoon.net, or on Facebook. I'm just Michael Toon. There we go. So there it is. Done. So let's see. Oh, no name. Let's do this. No name gave me a link. I'll put that on. It is apparently it's Wear Your NASA Shirt Day. So there's no name. Negative exponent is in. I thought you were already in negative exponent. So.
All right, I'm back.
I got. So I was showing another NASA shirt. It's backwards though. How's that happen? Must be in an opposite universe. Yeah, Don Hill ran for the Hill rather than debate. He was all excited, and then he started like DMing me beforehand and like trying to have a debate in DM, which I always find funny. Like, just hold on, like we're gonna have a debate soon, so let's wait. And I sent him a link, no response. We got a couple people joining the Discord server, so maybe one of them is Brian Leak. Somebody's channel name is Cool Channel Name.
I'm a master debater.
That's right, Cool Channel Name.
That is a cool channel name. Yeah, so, I wouldn't doubt any of those guys wouldn't want to come and debate after what you did to Austin.
Well, I don't think they watch. Because I'll debate somebody and he'll bring up something that like just 2 weeks ago I brought up, and like you didn't even look it up, and they bring it up. So
yeah.
What did I just miss then?
I did debate a very small one, Nathan Thompson, on let's see, on Facebook, and he was using an account that he had hijacked or stolen or something from somebody named Erica Beth Ekman, who's a chiropractor. Some people, I think she gave it to him, but some people reported her to Yelp. So she's got a whole bunch of bad Yelp reviews about flat Earth stuff. So good luck there. Anyway, so so this is Nathan Thompson, and he's something about different people, and I said, hey, you forgot to ask all the females for bikini pics, because that's what he does on his channel. So
yeah, that's right.
So then he's like, so when I spoke to Nathan Thompson in Texas at the Flat Earth convention briefly, And he mentioned that he saw the debate with me and Russian vids where I did the math about sunsets and how it's impossible for the sun to set. And he's like, so then what did he say? He said something like he was upset at Russian vids. He was yelling at Russian vids at the screen because Russian vids didn't know what to say. He just bailed and said perspective, which I'm like, that's what I calculated. So here Nathan says, go ahead, Michael, pretend sunsets prove globe Earth, like your debate with Russian vids, and ask me how they work on flat Earth. So I did. Right, he put up some pictures here. Like he put up a picture of the sun lower than it could be on flat Earth.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I noticed how even when it's super far away, it's still actually it appears bigger there than it does in the middle of the day.
Yeah. So all right, so that I do, and I explain the math. I'm not going to read it right now, but you can go to mc2.net/Nathan Thompson if you want to read it.
Wait, MC, you did your is that so for trigonometry? Did you do imperial or metric? Because he doesn't do metric. Don't forget that.
What?
He debated Conspiracy Cats, and Conspiracy Cats asked him, if you have triangles of sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the interior angles? And Nathan's question to him was, well, what? 1 what? Like, what's the units? And Conspiracy Cat says 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 1 kilometer. And Nathan's like, well, I can't do kilometers. Like, it doesn't matter. So the Conspiracy Cat's like, fine, 1 mile, 1 mile, 1 mile. He couldn't get it still. So I did it in miles. I did 3,000 miles just for him. And then I cited evidence because I knew what he's going to do, I cited evidence of people measuring atmospheric refraction and the effects that it has on distant observations. Right? And that's what this is, this book that I cited by Alexander Ross Clark. Alexander Ross Clark. And so he says, you just assume we live on a flat Earth with no topography or atmosphere. He didn't even read what I said. Right? Because I right? So... Then he goes, wow, that's pretty sad. You're still using that Super Mario perspective hijacking orthographic vision with level 10 globe head goggles. That was his refutation to this. That's a good one. This detail here, right? Citing a book that has actual measurements, right? And so I'm like, oh, super. I did not assume no topography or atmosphere, and I gave detailed measurements. How about a debate? Right? Kindly asking him, I have zero interest in talking to an anti-science reality deniers. You would have to pay me for my expertise, or just talk to yourselves about how Earth's a spinning cartoon tilted ball traveling 500,000 miles an hour in a medium
Jesus Christ.
you have never traveled to, despite the fact we see the same constellations every year. Oh,
500,000 miles per hour.
And on top of that, it's good to see that Nathan's begging for money again, because God forbid an able-bodied young man just get a freaking job.
Oh. So,
oh man.
And then I'm like, that's some aggressive denial of evidence, right? Because I gave evidence that he just ignored. And then he says, I'm projecting. And this guy, I don't want to say your name wrong. I've talked to him quite a bit on Discord and on Facebook. He's from I think Croatia, if I got it right. Hrvoje is his first name, but his last name starts with Drago, so I'm gonna call him the Croatian Dragon.
That's pretty.
That's awesome.
That's pretty awesome.
And I know you'll probably watch this. I love this guy. He takes some awesome pictures of Dusseldorf. Really fantastic stuff. And he jumps in. He's like, how about we take a trip to 45 degrees north and south and measure the distance between two meridians? Because that kind of wrecks any AE map. So anyway, I recap. He says nuh-uh, and I posted this picture on Facebook, on my website, of me beating Nathan Thompson. So thank you, Nathan Thompson, for losing in a debate to me. A little one. But anytime you want to, have a little more guts, you could, you know how to contact me. So.
Is that other guy going to join?
I was just going to say what happened with
that. Yeah, I haven't got any messages from him.
David? Was that his name? David?
Brian.
Brian Leak.
Or Brian Leak.
Brian, Brian.
I see.
Last I saw, he said, I'll try again. And I haven't seen anything since in the side chat.
I don't know if he's serious or if he's just choosing a name to pick on Sleeping Warrior, taking a whiz on stream.
Ah.
Because
so
you go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, so what do y'all think about the dome theory? Like what why do you think the dome doesn't work?
Well, first off, I mean, it's it'd defy physics. Like, how do you just that thing that just kind of stays up, and what's it made out of, and like how long's it been there, and who cleans it, and who created it, and why?
Who cleans it? She's got an outer space janitor. Squeegees the dome every night.
Who cleans it?
That's pretty funny.
We would be able to see the dome. Yeah. So yeah, they like to take and say things like rainbows and sundogs are the dome, but
and sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, and yeah, it's all right. So what's the evidence for it? What's it made out of? Why does it not reflect radar? Except sometimes when there's the moon there, right? Because we've bounced radar off the moon, right? Amateur ham radio people do it often, and so if there's the dome there and you send it up, when it gets to the area of the moon that's projected on the dome, I don't know how you think it works, that reflects the radar, but the stuff to the side doesn't, and somehow it reflects it so that the distance is 280,000 miles, whatever. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, IB Hunter, we would have radio echoes everywhere. Like, it would be, UFOs are actually the Roombas that clean the dome. Very nice, man. Well done.
That's funny.
Third claim they say it's from the Bible, which of course is silly, which I went over with Austin last week.
And I don't want to sell the MC Tunes channel with smut, but if there was a dome and we were sealed in here, it would stink of farts by now.
Everything would just be trapped in. I mean, and how thick is it? How does the pressure? I mean, how does like the atmospheric gradient work? Like, how does the drop off of the thinning of oxygen and how does all that work as you go up in the dome? Does it cap out at the top and then all the oxygen comes back at the top? But as you go up, it like thins out. Like, I'm trying to figure out how everything works with that. The thickness.
Well,
what's the thickness of the dome?
I was gonna say, Kier, I'm assuming you're not too familiar with like the flat Earth community and the flat Earth debunking community on YouTube, eh?
No. Are you Canadian?
Yes.
Yeah. No.
How did you guess?
I have honestly.
I'm not Canadian, eh?
I only joined the flat Earth Facebook group maybe I want to say maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
So I'm not too familiar with how their semantics.
Okay, because I was gonna say if you do watch a lot of like the debunking channels, even just some of the flat earthers nonsense, there are just so many inside jokes that you'll slowly start to pick up on and get. And I was gonna say actually, because when you were talking about the pressure gradient, well, MC, do you remember who it was? And he said that the reason that we have a pressure gradient is because a giant tree called Yggdrasil was cut down by giants, and that created the pressure gradient because it stopped producing oxygen.
Thousands of years later, it's still, that would be the guy named Why You Are an Idiot.
He was trolling though, right? That
No.
had to be a troll.
He is.
What?
He's completely serious.
Some of these people are insane.
Yeah.
I didn't realize people could be this insane until I started like seeing these people, and not just with the flat Earth, but with like so many different things. But it's been a wild ride. It's a lot of entertainment.
He was actually, that was my first debate. My first YouTube debate was with him.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to go back and watch that. That sounds crazy.
Yeah, he had a lot of claims, and he's like, I'll prove it in a video. He's going to prove it, right? And he couldn't come to a debate ready to, have evidence for his claims. But then he did a video proving, like, he talked about giants and stuff like that, and
Thor, Loki.
Yeah, all these things, and like his proof of these things was serious. Like, it was a picture of a rock that was red and looked the shape of a heart, therefore it's a heart.
Oh, wait, wasn't it the heart of a dragon though?
Yeah, I don't know.
What? The heart of a dragon.
That's Edgewise, who thinks that you can find dragons on Google Maps views of the Earth, and like, if it looks like a dragon, it is a dragon. Yep. Yeah.
All that stuff just sounds.
Who said
crazy.
Why You Are an Idiot is who did he say? Lemonbird. No, Why You Are an Idiot is not Lemonbird. They are distinct people, but they're definitely both weird. I've debated Lemonbird twice. Oh yeah. What about Edgewise and his dragon fossils, and Flat Earth Aussie Jesus with his glass moon? He thinks.
Oh,
so Kier, Flat Earth Aussie Jesus. He's Ross Thatcher. You can find him on Facebook. He's does stuff on there. He says that,
I feel like I've seen that name.
That the moon, that giants scooped out the Grand Canyon and made the moon, filled it with helium, and put it up there to mock us.
This is truly what he believes.
That is what he says. Yes. Now here's the crazy thing. There's a video on Mark Sargent's channel showing somebody that's taking a thermal whatever, a heat thermometer laser thing, a cheap $10 one, and pointing it at the ground. Oh no, it was actually a FLIR camera. And pointing it at the ground and saying, "Look, in the moonlight it's cooler than in the shade." And of course, without taking into account the shade has something above it preventing the heat from escaping, and he never took his camera and pointed it right at the moon. But Flat Earth Aussie Jesus is in there disputing that claim aggressively, and I'm like, I love you, man. That's great. I mean, everything else is goofy as can be, but you're in there going after flat earthers that are saying these goofy things about moonlight. So good for him.
Yeah, we all know giants scooped out the Grand Canyon.
Of course.
We all know. We all know how the moon truly got there.
Yes. Just before we go on, so Brian Leakey was saying that he can't join. No email was sent to him to verify.
Verify what?
Oh, his the Discord. So all right, I did not. I can't. I don't control your sign up to Discord. If you want to send me an email, you can just do that, Brian. That would be fine. You may not want to share your email. I understand that. But like a whole bunch of people have successfully joined the Discord server in the last 15 minutes, 20 minutes. I don't know. So
why couldn't midget scoop out the Grand?
Yeah. So he also. I love this. His ideas are the some of the really crazy out there ones. The sun is an interdimensional portal.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why it looks like it's farther south is in the December, right? The sun looks farther south in December because it's higher.
Well,
I don't.
What goes through the portal?
I don't know.
What goes through it?
So yeah, so and it's reported that he has a brain tumor. So I don't want to belabor the point a little bit there, but why name the rocket the Dragon? Why is the Vatican's telescope named the Lucifer? This is cool channel name.
Cool channel name.
Are you a flatty cool channel name? So.
Well, there's no truth in the name, so tough to say.
Yeah, if you had to...
If truth is in the name, then for sure, 100%.
Yeah. Talking about why do they invoke it? Why do they invoke what? The telescope named that apparently, yeah. So I don't remember the details on that. Like the Vatican is part owner of it, right? And then not its real name, but like its nickname is an acronym that spells out Lucifer. So it's not a telescope named Lucifer. Let's see, what is this? I read up on it, but it was so far out there. Like why would like I didn't even like record a link to it because it's silly. Yeah, because it's just not true. It's true for somebody that wants it to be true and reads something that isn't, legit. I don't know. So let's see, what is that? I'm reading it right now. The Kitt Peak National Observatory near Tucson, Arizona is its actual name, I believe. Sinister sense of humor. All right, so they called it Large Binocular Telescope Near Infrared Spectroscopic Utility with Camera and Integral Field Unit for Extragalactic Research. And there's way too many words to spell out Lucifer, but they just picked out they picked them out. So
so I got LBTNISUCIFUER. Not sure. Yeah.
So it didn't last long. Like obviously they dug and dug to have that happen. So they renamed it Lucy in 2012. Before it went into service even. So it was actually never named Lucifer until 6 years later. It came online. So so anyway, so if you really desperately want to have it mean that, then I guess go ahead. But
yeah, well, it's like I always make jokes. I'll just be like, if you take a word and you horribly misspell it and you horribly mispronounce it, you actually get Illuminati. Think about it.
All right, so cool channel names. This is just having fun. Okay. The name Mir in Russian means hairbrush, so that tells you all you need to know. All right. Well, I don't know if Brian Leak is gonna show. Let me check my email, see if. Are aware of said tumor, yeah. Hold on. All right, yeah. So, sorry about that, Gary Weibert. So, let's see. I don't know what to do. So like, I have some good conversations with Flat Earth Aussie Jesus. I kind of like him. And he today asked me about having coming on my channel. So I don't know. Should I not? Because of his condition or what? I don't think he would appreciate being. I don't know.
Well, that's just it, right? Because honestly, I didn't know about that until recently either. Like, I just thought he was a bit crazy, but I mean, I guess sometimes there's a reason for being a bit out of it. But I mean, if that is the case, I mean, it's definitely tough because you don't want to just take someone on and make fun of them the whole time, right?
And I try to respect people, so let's leave him out and
What's wrong with him?
Oh, he apparently has a brain tumor of some sort.
Oh, no.
So yeah. So I wanna respect him. And I try to anyway.
Absolutely.
I regardless of his condition, I don't think that you should treat him differently. Really. Respect is what he should get. So we do have Cool Channel Name who says he's the real Slim Shady.
Okay, clearly you have never seen me without a shirt on. I am the real Slim Shady.
Mr. Unite for the Children says, I'd say have him on, but highlight his condition and keep away from the far out theories. Talk to him about himself and how he's feeling. Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
If you type Illuminati backward into your web browser, it takes you to the NSA. That's awesome. So
Toyota released a Cybertruck wannabe.
All right. Well, I don't know. I think maybe we look to wrap this up. Brian Leak is not here, and so I have a couple things coming up. Next week, Tuesday is Christmas Eve. And the week after, Tuesday is New Year's Eve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move to Monday. And I talked with FTFE about maybe having a dual thing where one week I'm on his channel and the other week he's on my channel. So look out for that. We'll see if we can make that happen. I have a guy that contacted me wanting to debate moon landing. And I'm like, I could. But I don't think that's quite my strength. And how about he debate FTFE on that? Because he's a bit stronger on that. And then I'll be like, but I'm not going to tell FTFE about you a whole lot. I'll just, so you can't prepare. I don't know.
It'll be interesting.
I could take Gary Wybenga. Gary is scared. He won't come on. So.
Well, you have a couple.
And then, so 1 week maybe I would host and have the moon landing denier with FTFE, and then I would have a flat earth eye debate. We'll see. So look out for that. And then in January, the 7th or the 14th, I'm back on Tuesdays, and I spoke to JM Truth today, and he agreed to come on one of those days maybe. So we'll see if that happens. And then we also have to make up the one that from tonight, Chuck Burden, who he was putting stuff together, so that should be good. Maybe.
Yeah, and in all honesty,
degrees per hour. Thanks, Bob.
If Chuck Burden,
what do you think there, Punchy?
I was gonna say that does sound like a good idea.
Hold on.
So if
you are silent,
huh?
I cannot.
I can hear you still.
Oh,
don't
Punchy.
know why. Oh, my Bluetooth died.
Oh,
I don't know if you can hear me. I can see that it's going out to the live stream, and I bet they can hear you, but I can't. There it is.
Yeah.
I can.
There it is.
You.
Yeah.
You can't hear me.
That's funny.
Like you went silent. All right, I will. I gotta change this. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, now I hope that doesn't give it any feedback. So, all right. I don't know if you said anything to me, but
well, just a couple of things that I'm glad you didn't hear. You guys, shh. But
you gotta listen back now.
No, I was gonna say, so if you and Fight were to have that little exchange of channels there, would you basically be a moderator on Fight's channel, and he would be you'd be a moderator on your channel, and he would be a moderator on his channel, just for like whoever you guys happen to debate kind of thing, or?
Yeah, that was my idea that I proposed to him. So he said maybe that'll work. We haven't completed or we haven't confirmed any of that. So, yeah, that'd be good. And so let's see. There is something very important for everybody. You need to go to this video, and then you need to click like. All right, everybody, get ready. That video right there. You need to go click like on that video, please, and do that also with all of your sock accounts. And if you don't have any sock accounts, make a bunch of sock accounts. You gotta click. All right, you got that, everybody? That is the wait. Brian Leak says you are connected but muted. Oh, were you like in? Oh, I see you there. Yeah, I don't use Discord for it, so Discord is just to send a message to me. So sorry. Yeah, we'll get you. We'll get you sometime. Is that you?
B Ryan.
Yeah, B Ryan. BRIAN. Is that you? Anyway, so that link I shared was the Dafoe link for JM Truth. So do you know what that is there, Kier?
No.
Dafoe. I'm not going to say what it stands for, but D stands for dumb. And then the OTY is of the year.
Okay.
And it's a yearly competition. And this I'll give you the link to the whole set of them. There you go. It's the sixth annual Dafoe nomination. So my vote is for JM Truth.
As is mine.
And some people vote. There's different people that they vote for. Nathan Thompson is on the list. Mike Kavanaugh, Rad Vlad, Spurs Keysmo, Bob Nodell, Anthony Riley, and then some non-flat earthers that I don't care about. So where can we vote? Link. All right. So yeah, Motzer Alice missed the link is directly above there, but specifically the one that you want to vote for is this one here, which is JM Truth.
Truth.
Yeah, give him.
So the video you just linked, are these all flat earthers talking to each other?
So
or?
No. So what it is Red's Rhetoric did this, and he has an unlisted video for each of the nominees. And what you do is you go to that video, and it has all the links. The like and dislike buttons, but you can't see the count. Only Reds can see the count. So it's a hidden ballot basically, and so you can create all the sock accounts you want. He doesn't care. And so whoever has the most weighted votes, right? So up votes and down votes count. So you can go to the other ones and downvote who you want to lose. So
okay, that's fun.
Yeah, and Anthony Riley is in the running, and this is his third year in at least, and he's gotten second place twice in a row. So he's the second place. He's my vote for second place again.
Yeah.
He actually did a video saying he wanted to win.
Jeez.
They
become self-aware.
Yeah.
they're self-aware.
So I would say that my dishwasher and my dryer is still smarter than most flat earthers, and it serves a purpose.
Oh, I know you're about to close out of this pretty soon, but have y'all watched that the scientist versus flat earther video by Jubilee?
It was like 3 flat earthers.
Yeah. 3 scientists.
Yep.
That video is it really shows like how they think about other people. Their arrogance. Like my favorite question was like, do you think the other party is dumb or like uneducated? None of the scientists walked up, but all the flat earthers walked up. I'm like, come on, the audacity that these people have to even budge on that question. It was ridiculous.
It was mind-boggling. I would love to see them in like say a last year physics university class and just to give them a test and see what they could answer.
They would say everything was was rigged. It's all fixed to.
They're all
It's all.
lying to you. This is math. I don't need math. Math is reality. Like
It's all about what I see. Oh my. Okay. One more thing. I'm sorry. It's one thing that Austin was saying in your last debate. He was saying that the burden of evidence should be, the burden of evidence falls on you for making your grandiose claim of, the Earth model or the globe model. And I'm like, I don't think that's how that works. I think it's you that has to present the evidence on something that is already established in the world.
Yeah, and so there is absolutely the burden of evidence is on whoever making the claim. But the thing is, the evidence has been published. There's a lot of evidence, so I don't need to present all of the evidence, right? It's there. Go examine all of that evidence, right? And if it's not good, then present an evidential refutation of that evidence. Yeah. Instead, it's like, I'm just going to ignore all that, and now you need to prove it to me.
Yeah, you need to do it right now. If you don't do it, it doesn't count.
And of course,
a big flat earther thing is, if you're not aware, they really love the whole the Zetetic method, where you have to prove it to yourself and go do these things for yourself.
Yeah,
or
if you didn't do it yourself, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
But
you know what? That sounds right, because in the end of that Jubilee video, the guy was like, "Well, don't believe me. Go and do it for yourself. Go." Yeah, you know what? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
And of course, the types of things that you can easily test yourself is difficult to do right anyway, right? A laser test, and like I showed, the amount of rigor that are in these actual experiments versus the amount of rigor that is not in, a laser test across water. They don't consider, they don't try to control for variables because they want those variables that are uncontrolled to seem like they're not a problem because it supports them, right? Refraction allows you to see things farther. They don't want to control for refraction because it helps their point. So people, John Rapp says, and Mandevil also know the down votes on each one counts towards that nominee. So apparently, and all right, so I don't know. A couple people are saying down votes and up votes both count as a vote for the nominee for Defoe. I don't know anything about that. That would be good to get some clarification from. So I'll take your word for it.
My name is Kier Vesta, by the way.
Kier. All right. And Brian Leak says not you. I don't know what that means. So yes. Brian Leak, are you B. Ryan on Discord? That's the question. So
B. Ryan.
B. Ryan?
Well, and I think what he meant by that was he was just saying Einstein was quoted more than once claiming that the Earth's motion cannot be detected. Deny that, and you were a liar. Then he said, "Not you, MC Tunas, is not your liar." He was just generalizing. I think that's what he meant.
Oh, I see. Yeah, except you didn't read the next line, and science has moved forward since he made that statement.
Yeah.
Science has progressed in the last.
It says progressed.
And
that's funny.
It had LED TVs since the late 18th century. Come on.
Oh man.
Yeah. Also, if you read the full context of that, he's talking in a very specific manner, not what you think, what you want it to mean. So, anyway, what do you got? I covered that. Oh. One more thing. Anybody that's in the southern hemisphere, especially farther south, one thing that flat earthers don't like, of course, is the angle of the sunrise in December in the southern hemisphere, because it doesn't work for the AE map at all. So if you're in Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, South America, if you can go on December 22nd, which is the solstice, and measure the angle of the sunrise or sunset, that would be super good, right? Because timeanddate.com has predictions for it, and nobody really disputes it. I've not seen anybody dispute that that's not accurate. But you bring it up to some people and they're like, no, I will only accept, they're back to the zetetic method here, I'll only accept first-hand measurements. Like, you're just denying because you know that you lose. But fine. Yep. Anybody that's there, think about how to do it. Do it yourself. Find a way to do it. You want to get a landmark. You want to make sure that you know what north is. You'd want to get there a couple minutes before sunrise, which means it's early. Sorry. Unfortunate. So that kind of stinks. And then see the angle of the sunrise to see, is it really, whatever, 110 degrees, 130 degrees, south of due east. So that'd be a very cool thing to do. Also, I do have a video I posted by Round Thinker talking about anybody else doing a noontime, a local solar noon measurement of the angle of the sun, which I'm hoping to do myself. So, Dion Sidow is in Tasmania. That's awesome. That's very far south. I'd love to see a December 22nd sunrise or sunset angle from there. Marty Moose, I tricked him into voting for JM. You can unvote. You can click the unclick the like button on it if you want.
Yeah. Do you know when the voting stops?
It's December 31st.
Okay.
So, yep.
So you guys just remember, you're all free to vote for whoever you want.
As long as it's
you vote for JM
Truth. Absolutely.
As long as you first make the vote for JM, then you can vote for whoever you want.
Oh, Brian Leak is going on not about the Michelson-Morley experiment. So, okay, so one more thing then I have, I'm going to be interviewing in an hour here, a little more, Billy Zigaris, who wrote a book called The Elusive Curve. At least I hope I am. Last week it was going to happen and it didn't. He was busy. And he is moderator on Nathan Thompson's Flat Earth group on Facebook. And a lot of people have, I think, been personally booted by him. So we've had a good conversation over chat. I think we'll have a nice interview. It's just an interview, not a debate. So be looking for that in a couple days here. So that's all I got. Anything else? You two? No?
Yeah, I don't have
thank you.
All right.
Thank you for letting me come on. That's it, really.
Thanks, Kier, and thank you, Punchy.
Yeah,
and Marty Moose. It will not be live. When I do interviews, I pre-record it and then I premiere it, and part of it is I want them to feel comfortable. So I say, look, if there was anything about the interview you didn't like, we won't air it, right? And you can have the whole download. I'll send you the original if you want. So that's how I do that, to have a nice trusting interaction with them. So
got a war going on down here.
What?
Oh, I love when they do that.
They're ridiculous.
That's funny.
Awesome.
But thank you a bunch for having me on. I'd love to come back sometime. You guys are fun.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's good. Nice to meet you too. And yeah, if you're just getting into this whole flat Earth rabbit hole of something wordery, it's a good time. It's hilarious.
Oh yeah, I've had a great time reading Facebook comments. I'm probably about to go read a little bit more. I see some new posts, so I'm probably gonna go check them out.
You have Discord?
Yeah, I'm on Discord. I'm Sayonara in the,
yeah, that's how I got him the thing.
Yeah, I'll say something in the main chat.
I was just gonna say I'll show you. I'll give you a bunch of good channels to go check out. It's just warning, it will take up your entire life.
That's fine. I've got all night. I don't have to work tomorrow, so I've got plenty of time to go look at all that stuff.
So yeah, I'll do about every other time. I like to do an after show. Nothing too, but if I do a debate, like we kind of took up the debate time, but then the after show is fun. So
Yeah.
if it works out for me to be on FTFE's channel, it's late for him. 8 p.m. here is 2 a.m. for him. So if I do an after show on my channel either way. So all right, well, that's it for today. Thanks everybody for coming. Thank you for watching. If you liked it, make sure you subscribe and click on the like button. If you didn't like it, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm full of crap, go ahead. I want to hear it. Yeah, you're probably full of crap anyway, man. So anyway, thanks a lot. And let's see. Oh, I got to prep this. Here we go. We'll see you next time. Bye.